Damn, we live. Alright, cool. We live, yo. We is live. Oh, damn. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I ain't even gotta have my picture up. Just waiting for Io to come in. You know what I mean? We are gonna be having a very calm discussion today. Have Caribbeans lost their identity? Are you Africans? Are you Jamaicans? Caribbeans? What is you? What is you? Let me see who up in here, man. Golden Goose. What? Say what? Say what? Where are you at, man? Where are you at, man? Where are you at, man? We're gonna get this live started, man. You feel me, man? Alright. Damn, I thought I saw this guy in here, but this guy disappeared. Cool. Definitely happy I don't have to have the camera on. So I can do my thing, you know what I mean? Alright, cool. So the reason I actually chose this topic is because of a few discussions I've been having with people. And I know it kind of seems a bit rude, but sometimes I'll be thinking to myself, like, damn, like, it's kind of crazy how you guys, well, I say you guys, when I say you guys, I'm referring to Caribbeans, but I just find it so mad how, like, Caribbean people, I kind of feel like they have this disconnect. Like, there's like this mental disconnect where, yeah, you know you're melanated, like, you get what I'm saying? You know that you have the attributes of black people or whatever, but a lot of them don't really move like 30. You know, the ones there, it's like, I don't know, as an African, knowing where I come from, seeing where I come from, my heritage, all of that, I don't know, like, it just kind of gives you an assurity, like, you kind of know who you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, as opposed to kind of just being attached to a country that you know is not really your country, but your people have just been there for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that is their identity, these islands that they were put in. That, fair enough, you've been there hundreds of years, you made it your home, you got your culture, the blah, 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 and all of these kind of things, but realistically speaking, it's like, you don't really know who you are. And I feel like there's such an importance in knowing who you are, because it does drive you forward. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not to say that if you don't know your, I guess, heritage or where you've come from or the land that your people are from, that it's going to really hold you back in life. I just think it's way more inspirational. It's way more, I feel way more grounded. Like, knowing who I am, knowing where I come from, knowing my identity, and then the blah, 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 blah. Now, obviously, there may be the argument that it's like, raw, how is every Caribbean person supposed to just know where they're from? Do you get what I'm saying? Aside from them all going to take, I don't know, DNA tests or whatever them tests are called to kind of see where your origins are. And why not? You know what I'm saying? If you can afford the, I don't know, what, 150 or something, go do the test, see where you come from. You know, that's if they're not scamming you with the results. You feel what I'm saying? But I do really feel like it would be very important for Americans as well, because they're kind of in the same boat as Caribbeans, where African Americans, those who are not indigenous to the land, they don't really know who they are. They identify as Americans. A lot of them don't even identify as African Americans. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, we're Americans. But yeah, sorry. They just be like, we're Americans, you know what I'm saying? But American, even though there definitely was melanated people there before, you know, the Europeans came over and blah blah blah, but I don't know, like I kind of just feel like, you know, they're in the same boat, but at least Americans, I don't know, like actually no, I can't even say that, because realistically, Americans would deny that they're even well, a lot of African Americans, maybe not nowadays because all these Pan-African movements are happening, but I feel like Americans would very quickly deny that they are, or Black Americans, whatever, would deny that they're African. You know what I'm saying? They would very quickly deny that they're African, saying that they don't identify as African. You know, that's not where they were. That's not where they are. They didn't grow up. Like all of these type of things. And it's just so dangerous, man. It's just so dangerous, bro. Like imagine being part of a people or a land or whatever. Like you're just part of these people, thousands of years. Like these are your people. You know what I'm saying? Then one day, a couple of you man went to the next side of the world. Maybe whether it was your own choice or not, but you was on the other side of the world. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, like you was there for like, I don't know, 100 years, 200 years. You get what I'm saying? And then someone comes and asks you, "Oh, where you from?" You don't even tell them about the place that you was taken from 200 years ago. Like, you get what I'm saying? Even though you're clearly from there, like you have all of the characteristics, the physical characteristics. You know, your food is from there. Your language is very, very similar, and you know what I'm saying. But you don't tell them about that place. You just say, "Yeah, we're from this place that we are now." Which I guess there's nothing wrong with if you're looking at nationalities. Like if you're saying that I'm a national of this place because this is where I grew, or you know what I'm saying, this is the place where I spent most of my time, then understandable. Did you get what I'm saying? But yeah, like it would be very, very, very detrimental to the progress of your people to just disregard, like, you know, I don't know, to just disregard your origin. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's very important. So, you know, I feel like it's very important to know where you come from. What's going on, brother?
Well, I was thinking, where's this guy not knowing that you was live already and this thing didn't even notify me?
Yes, mad. I don't know why, fam. Bilky.
Yeah, where's all the Caribbeans at, man? We need some Caribbean in this, man.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, what do you think? What do you think of the topic?
I don't think Caribbeans have lost their identity. I just think Caribbeans are sick and tired of always being reminded that, oh, you come from Africa, your ancestry is African, blah, 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 blah. I just feel that we know that, but they have their own, Caribbeans are their own people, in it.
Yeah.
I don't think they've lost in that. They're just tired of us Africans always throwing it in their face. Like, oh, you're African, you're African.
Do you think it's a throwing it in their face thing though?
Okay, not all the time, but I feel like some Africans, because of this stupid diaspora we have, we do it as an insult. But some Caribbeans, don't get me wrong, some Caribbeans are ignorant in it, and those ones I don't know. They're like Americans. They're just I don't know what's wrong with them, man.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was kind of driving at before you jumped on, like just kind of explaining my views on the fact that Caribbean people and even similarly American or African Americans, Like it's cool to obviously identify with the place that you grew up, the place that you know as home. You get what I'm saying? Like that's your. It's like me, like England or Britain or whatever. Man's a national here. You get what I'm saying? Like I call myself British on all them type of things. You see me? But like man's. I know I'm an African. You get what I'm digging? Like so, it's
Yeah,
not like man knows my origin, and even if I didn't know through my parents or through going there, I would want to find out. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I would want to know raw. Like man's black. Obviously, a couple hundred years ago, my people was brought over to this island. So true, I know this as home, but this really isn't home. Home. You get me? So I feel like it's very like you, for example, as a Nigerian. Imagine you navigating this world. Not that it will be too different, but imagine navigating not even knowing you was Nigerian. Like, do you get what I'm saying? You're just black. You're in England. You're an African, or you come from some kind of descent, but you don't know like nothing about nothing. So you're just moving as a black person in a next place. Like that would bug me out. I don't know.
yeah, but you know there's black people like that though.
100%, 100%, all over the place.
Because there's this football player, and he's originally Ghanaian, but obviously Italian parents adopted him. Didn't he said he didn't know he was black until he was 17. So I'm thinking a lot of people are just ignorant, bro.
What?
Yeah, bro. I was like, raw.
What are you talking about, blood?
That's what he said, bro. He said he didn't know he was black until he was 17.
Did he not have mirrors in his house or something, bro?
I don't know, bro. I couldn't tell you, bro. I don't know, man. A lot of people are playing mind games, man.
Yeah, I just think it's a weird one, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? That's where even that other topic come from with the like are you black African or what? Because it's like, oh, that's what it was. All right, cool. So that's what it was. I was on a next live, and there was one you. I was talking to some Somalian you, and we was in a conversation about how I am asking him why do a lot of Somalians not wanna claim to be African? You get me? And he was
Yeah.
giving me this, that, and the other reason about how they, disassociate because they feel like they're better or this and like he was giving me bare mad reasons. I can't lie. Bare shit I didn't even know. Excuse me, bare stuff I didn't even know. You get me? But yeah, like so that's obviously there was a next Caribbean youths in the conversation, so it just switched onto the Caribbean youths and their identity. You get what I'm saying? So man started to question the youths like, bro, like boom bam bam. So I kind of thought, nah man, I need to speak to more Caribbean people about this car. It come like I don't know, man. It come like it's a bit of a touchy subject for Caribbeans. Like they don't really like to dive into this one day. You know them kind of ones, like. But so I thought, rah, as somebody who is sure of my thing, you know what I mean. And with you, I don't even know you're moving mad because when you came on, you was talking like you might as well talk about we. I was thinking, what have you fully converted to Jamaica now or something? Have you just
I
left
know. Since
Nigeria alone?
we as Africans, shout out Jamaica, man. Shout out Caribbean, my adopted a nation, man. But no, I don't think they've lost their identity. I think with some black people, like Africans, they're just when you're living in a foreign country, you think you're of that country. You're just ignorant. You're deluded.
Do you not think that that has like a negative impact though on the way that you kind of, I don't know, like the way that you're seen or the way that you kind of see things?
For me, or what? For me or for them?
For them, fam, you're African blood.
I feel for them. I just feel like it is what it is. A lot of people they don't know their culture. They don't know their history. You know, and sometimes you got so like if this is a hot, I feel sometimes it's the parents because some parents they just come to this country they just want I want a better life for my child, but you're not teaching your child the culture. You're not teaching your child the history of where the original country. You're just give them a British name so they can get a job. Because if I give them a proper African or I give them Shanika or Danica, they're not gonna get no job. So you give them white man name. Come on, man, what are we there, man? So sometimes the parents are to blame.
Alright. Alright. How important do you feel like it is that you have your African name? Like, could you do without it?
I could do without it, but sometimes, Christian, the notion of why you give your child let's see it as this year. Some people have an African Caribbean name and they'll have like a white English British name. Why? Because if I give my child a full Caribbean or African name, they're not gonna get no job. But what kind of stupidness is that though? You don't have no faith that your child can't get a job because of a name. Come on, man. Like I know some people throw away the CV when they see that long 10 names, but come on, man. It's not all the time, man.
I listen. I'm agreeing with you on that one because my name is long, brother. And bro, you know what it is though. It's a bit of an icebreaker when I meet like when I'm in professional situations and they try to say my first name and they start to bug out. Like they just start to bug out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice icebreaker. You know what it was there. Like it's nice. It's nice still, but. I would feel weird.
I never said Shanika is a Caribbean name or African name. I said some Caribbeans and some Africans give their child an English name because they don't want their child to get and I used the example of Shanika. I wasn't saying Shanika is an African name. But yeah, go on, Chris.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I've never met an African called Shanika though. That's mad, but I hear that from you know what I'm saying. But listen though, like if I didn't have my African name,
yeah.
Obviously, if I didn't have it, I wouldn't have it, and I probably wouldn't even. You get me? But I would feel a bit of like I lost out. Like I'm an African youth. I ain't got no African name. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm just gliding here in this English territory with Chris just attached to my name, like man, some heathen youth, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it don't really fly too good to me. And obviously, as a Caribbean person, you wouldn't really feel the need to have an African name, but it just feels so mad because I could be in class with a Tyrone Johnson, you know them kind of ones there, or a Tyrell Lewis, and I'm thinking, who's Lewis? Who's Johnson? You lot are black. Why do you even have them? Like that stuff always used to bug me out, and it's like, all right, cool, fair enough. Your parents ain't gonna go down and get the deed poll changed to an African name or some random thing, but at the same time, bruv, like, do you lot not feel a way like your whole identity is still what was given to you as like a dog tag? You know them kind of ones there, like certain man's not even to get into a mad topic or nothing, but if your master slapped a dog tag around your neck with his name on it, and you're still carrying that name till this day, fair enough. Hundreds of years have gone by, whatever, but nah, like I don't know. Like it would drive me more so to be like, nah, I need to find out who I am still. Like man needs to find out who I am still. It's kind of dead, like just being in the world, like you just existing, blood. I swear down, fam. It's weird to me, innit? Maybe it's just me, innit?
You ask someone where they're from. Oh, my parents are from so and so. I was born here. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
So wait, bro, you've never asked someone where they're from, and they'll say, "Oh, my parents are from the Caribbean, or my parents are African, but I was born here."
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel like most parents are not teaching their kids the culture.
That's 100%. That's 100%. But then, yeah, that's 100%. But then, like that would be more so for Africans though. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't really apply to Caribbeans because they get taught their little Caribbean culture and that. You get what I'm saying? And
some don't, you know.
They're happy with that, huh?
Some don't, because remember, a lot of first Caribbeans grew up here, so that culture's not being taught down. Some Caribbeans,
but really and truly, what is Caribbean culture though? Like, what is it? Because even as you said that, I'm thinking, real talk, fam. We have to pray it. Because I'm thinking, like you're saying, like raw, like a lot of parents don't, and it's like you're right, they don't. And then it just led me to think, hold on though, what is these man's culture? And I don't want to start being rude. You know the ones saying some outlandish stuff, blood, but from what I know about Caribbean culture, like independently.
Yeah, this guy wants to go down the rabbit hole. You're going mad. You want?
I don't
I
even want to
don't.
start because I'm gonna
I
sound
don't know. I
so
feel Caribbean
rude.
culture is more.
Can we
From
say
my
that
point of view, I
Caribbean
feel like.
culture is ratchet culture? Like, no, I'm just joking. I went mad. I went mad. I went
Whoa.
bananas.
I feel that. I feel Caribbean culture is more like good vibes, morals. I feel like
Morals.
whereas I feel like African culture is more like traditions.
All right.
Do this. Address your elders as uncle and auntie. I don't feel Caribbeans have like traditions. Their culture is more like how you are as a person, good vibes, living life, being happy. I don't know.
So what? We don't have we don't have good
From
vibes.
my opinion, I can't say. I'm not saying it's fact. From what I've seen,
Mm.
like
I,
obviously they've got music, they've got like slang, which is very prominent in the black culture, which is shifted the black culture. But I don't know. I feel like it's different to African culture though. Where's Chris gone?
yeah, man.
Yo, I see. Yeah,
No, go on. Try to
yeah,
answer.
yeah. I just feel like I don't know. I think with Caribbean culture is more. It's more the lifestyle, isn't it? Who we got in here? We got Icy. If you're in the live, send a comment, man. Like,
Yeah, smash that
subscribe.
screen. Smash that screen. Shout out to what was that person? Energy earlier, smashing up
We
that
got
screen.
Energy. We got Icy. I don't know who else is in the live.
Yeah, but boom. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was gonna say something on that raisin thing, that point that you made. Uh yeah, about the teaching the culture thing. What was I gonna say, blood? Oh my day. Yeah, blood. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, what is their culture like? Man, I need the Caribbean to tell me. Because if someone said to me, right, not even African culture, like, because
Yeah,
Africa's got bare culture, but we have general culture throughout
yeah.
Africa that pretty much everyone shares. But then if someone wants to say like raw, like tell me something in like Nigerian culture, I'll be like, all right, like we like we wear rappers or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's no English word for it. You get me? Like we wear rapper, you know what I'm saying? All like the speaker chat, all the stuff, that's all disciplinary stuff. I wouldn't even, it is part of our culture, but that's more disciplinary stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we're very respectful, we are traditional, you know what I'm saying? We like to celebrate, you know what I'm saying? In my culture in particular, we like to eat and drink, you know what I'm saying, in celebration a lot. You know what I'm saying? We're very colorful, very creative. You know what I'm saying? Like we can go into the specifics of traditions and that, but that's different. But the culture is is extremely rich in the sense where I can identify with my culture to the land, to the people, to the ways and all of that, the way that we speak and da. So I guess yeah, Caribbeans do have culture, but yeah, I think maybe you're right. I feel like where I feel like it's lost for me on them is not necessarily tradition, but there's not a lot that they do that identifies them as that for me. You know what I mean? Like if I was pounding yam in a massive mortar or whatever, you get me, like you know where I'm from. If they're pounding yam in a mortar, that's just African. It's not Caribbean. Do you get what I'm saying? So there's even
Yeah.
still a lot of stuff in their culture that's not even Caribbean culture. It's African culture. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why I said I didn't want to be rude. Because if we're talking about just party, jumping from the speakers, shaking your body, dressing half naked, drinking
Yes.
rum. Like, Am I being mad? Like, you get what I'm saying? I'm thinking this is Caribbean culture, fam. Like, if man goes carnival, which is supposed to be like the biggest British celebration of Caribbean culture, what's going on? It's colors, half nakedness, bare body shaking, bare whistles, alcohol. Like, that's all that's going on. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, but my question to that, my rebuttal to that is, what's the difference between carnival and, like, let's say, African party in the park?
what do you mean, like that Ghana thing?
Yeah, the Ghana thing.
That's very different, fam. Like, it's very
How?
because the only
Ghanaians are
way
doing
that
the
you
same
could,
thing, no?
I
Well,
don't
they're
know,
not
bro.
okay. They're not whining on their uncles and jumping on speakers, but yeah,
You
the
know why
seller.
I think it's different?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's different because the carnival is supposed to like encapsulate the whole of the Caribbean culture in Britain.
Mm.
Caribbean across the islands, their whole culture, right? We're talking about like that Ghana in the park or Afro whatever that thing. That's
Yeah,
just a little music festival that people just go to and hear a couple artists sing Afro beats and then they go yard like. It's not the same thing because they're not over there trying to encapsulate the culture of Africa or the culture of Ghana or the culture of West Africa. There's not all of these different things going on at the event that are supposed to be, putting a spotlight on this particular tradition or culture and this, that. Like, it's not the same event. You know, the ones there, like, it's a
I swear that's the aim to promote the Ghanaian culture. Because I swear, what
yeah,
was I
but that,
reading
even
somewhere
if
that
it is,
Nigeria
that's
used
just
to do
Ghana,
something
though.
like that?
Like, that's just Ghana, though, man. Carnival is not just for Jamaica. You know them kind of ones. Like, it's
Yeah,
for
it's
the
for all the
Caribbean.
Caribbean nations. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like it's just like man's coming to carnival and there's a stage there or three stages where I'm hearing all of the main Caribbean people do their thing. Like, nah, do you get what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's I would feel it's different. I hear what you're saying, but I would feel it's different. And I feel like even with Ghana in the park or whatever, like, as great as that is, I ain't never been, but as great as that is, and as much as they bring in awareness to Africa and blah 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 blah, uh,
You know what's mad? I went to one, yeah,
hmm,
and our boy Nigel was doing security. I said, what?
what? When was this?
This was, I think 2016. I went with my Ghanaian friend, and I seen Nigel did security. I said, what?
2016, that is
Yeah,
10 years ago, bro.
yeah. I get what you're saying, but I think Ghanaians do the same thing because I was reading somewhere like an older Nigerian used to say that Nigerians used to have like events, parties because there wasn't much like Nigerian representation in Britain. There wasn't much Nigerian events. So this group of people used to do like similar to Ghana party in the park in it, but obviously it wasn't feasible. People couldn't whatever. So I just thought if that's to show put on the culture, what is Ghana in the park? What is carnival and all of that? So I do hear you. I just feel with carnival they focus on the music and the vibe in it,
They focus on the
but
music and the vibe, but that's
that's
my
not the whole
argument.
representation of the Caribbean.
This is what I argue that that's the whole yeah, like that's the whole culture of them, man. Like, there's nothing, and that's not a bad, like, I'm not dissing, you get me, but if that's all you have to hold on to, it's a bit mad. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
it is a bit mad. Like, if man watch a Nollywood movie, like
Yeah.
now as Nigerian in London, I watch a Nollywood movie, I start to feel nostalgia. I start to like, I'm seeing things that I know why they're doing this. I know why they're doing that. Certain traditions, certain conversations, certain things are happening. It's just like, oh my days, like, I'm just so in love with being Nigerian because of all these things that we do. Not
Yeah.
necessarily characteristics and all of this, just the things that Nigerians do, right? And then man go watch Shutters or something. You know them kind of ones there, like one
I'm just
Caribbean
gonna
film.
mention shotters. Oh, This
I'm
guy,
just gonna
wow,
see
Chris is using
man.
two extremes, man. Yeah, but Shorts is about man them doing weed and cocaine, man. That's not.
Yeah,
That,
I
that
went
wasn't trying
bananas.
to. They
I
weren't trying
went
to
bananas.
represent Jamaica. It's a
You
drug
think
movie.
they
It's a
were
gang
blood?
movie, innit?
I can't lie. It's true what you're saying,
Yeah.
100%. But imagine that's what else? Cause what else, my bro? What else? Look at it,
No.
bro. I'm not even gonna start going bananas, but why you think all these Jamaican youths, bruv, just love crime, fam? You get it? Because
Mhm.
if you listen to the music, watch
Yeah.
the outlets. I'm not saying that that's their whole culture, you know, but
Oh
it
God.
influences very heavily, bro. There's crime everywhere, but for some reason, and look at it, bro. I'm not even no fuck. That ain't even being rude. Watch it, yeah.
Listen,
There's crime
whoever's
everywhere.
Caribbean, you don't need to rep your nation because
You can prove me
Chris is
wrong.
killing you, man.
No,
Damn.
no, no. Think about it, my bro. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be honest. When you watch a Caribbean production music
Yeah.
video, listen to the tunes or whatever,
Yeah.
yeah. Unless you're listening to reggae, I put reggae
Yeah.
to the side because reggae is different and not even all of it. Like I'm talking about deep, real reggae, like Rastaman reggae. I'm putting that
Yeah.
to the side. But everything else, for the most part, is guns, it's gyal, it's
Yeah, I can't lie. Jamaican music videos, they do a disservice to Jamaica because
Jamaican
it's the
production.
same man
Service, bro.
dancing in one poor ghetto mid gear. I'm like, come on, I'm sure Jamaica's got more to offer than this one.
I
Come on,
think
guys,
Jamaica does
man.
have more to offer because, bruv, the promotion of look, and again, don't get me wrong in it. Everyone does it in it, but why is it that every tune, bro, like certain times, bro, go into your playlist because I know you're a man that likes music as well. You get me? If you go into your
Yeah.
playlist and listen to Caribbean tunes, tell me if there's more than two themes in the whole catalog. It's either gonna be sex or it's gonna be robbery. Yeah, those are the two things that you're gonna hear, blood. If you can find me Jamaican music that, and I'm not talking about reggae, if you can find me any Caribbean music
A
that
dance.
goes outside
Okay,
of that,
let me think of a positive dancehall song.
alright.
What's that band? That cry song. Oh my, what's that TLK song? When it's talking about they killed his friend or something. What's that song called again, man? What's that TLK song called again, man?
Man said TOK, you know. Oh my
Was it
day.
TLK? Nah. I'm trying to think of a positive dancehall song.
I
Nah,
can
I
see
bet
that
someone tell me.
name.
Give me a positive Sean Paul Shaggy song, someone, man. I'm trying to think. No, yes, Shaggy did. He did Ghetto Child with Akon. There is positive Caribbean music.
Nah, you done me, mate. You done me. Oh my
What's so yeah, listen to Ghetto Child featuring Akon. Come on, man, don't do Jamaicans like that, man. Sorry, I mean
You
Caribbeans
see
like
how
that,
they had
man.
to feature the African guy though, guys.
Oh my God, you're violating. No, Chris is cooking you up, man. Listen, though,
Alright,
Chris's
listen.
thoughts don't align with my thoughts. That's what I'm saying. You know, yo, man said name me a positive dancehall song. Yo, right?
No.
No.
Bruv, and the maddest thing is, it don't even just have to be from dancehall, bro. It can be from any area of Caribbean music. I know they have it. Don't get me wrong. I know they have
Yeah,
like
but then we can say Bob Marley then, no?
man said, but you see what you had to do. You had to go back into the archives to go to Bob Marley, and you had to go to reggae, which I already said we can't even use reggae, fam. We can't use reggae, blood. That's the only win. That's the only other thing that they do,
I've
blood.
got a Beenie Man song here, but he mentioned sex in it, so I can't even say that song.
Man, you know.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's nothing. That's what I'm saying. That's the culture. Like, and I know that's not their actual culture because I'm betting you any money. If I go to Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados, like whatever, and I'm there and I'm seeing the culture, yeah, I might see some ratchet behavior, definitely. But I might actually, well, I don't know. Actually, I don't know. Actually, you get me? Like it will just look like Africa, to be honest. That's what I'm saying. If your culture's so African and everything that you do outside of the ratchetness is associated back to that African, I don't like why Caribbeans don't like to be called African. It just don't make no sense. You still have colonies in Caribbean countries where they live in like the bushland or the mountains, where they still live exactly how they lived in Africa. But if I walk out to Jamaica and say, well, I got my African brother, unless he's got like rastas in his family where they pattern these thing, he bare offense is gonna be taken. Like, man's not African. Man's not African. Man's from St. Lucia. Man's from Grenada. Man's from XYZ and all them type of things there, fam. Like, African is some kind of fuck. Ooh, I can't even swear like that. But like African is some kind of disease, fam. You feel me? But yeah, let me start running on Jamaican music and Caribbean music and all that because I went bananas. But it's true though. It's true though. Like, man's not lying. So yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. That I can't name at least 5 positive songs, man.
It's real life, man. It's not your fault, bruv. You know what I'm saying? You tried. You know, I know you're probably searching over there for positive Caribbean song.
I can't be honest to go on the Spotify. I'm even trying to think of one now. I actually can't.
Hey, blood, it's cool, man. It's cool. We don't even need to, you get me, but it's just to note that I feel like they need to either enrich their culture, you know what I mean, and start accepting certain things like as what it actually is in terms of the actual origin. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know, bruv, because like it is actually a concern of mine. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, how can you just not know who you are, bruv? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, how can you not know who you are, man? You gotta know who you are, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know who you are. Like, even let me see if Rems wants to come up. Cause man wanna ask Rems, I wanna, you know what I'm saying? Invite this guy up here, bro. You get me?
Yo. What's going on, bro?
Nah, man, we said.
Man, like Rums.
What's good? Just lying down, counting down the hours before I start my shift.
Oh yeah,
That
bro.
type shit.
Mad fam.
Night shift is dark still.
Yeah, should be an in and out thing though. Start at 12:30. Should be out by at least 2:30.
Yeah, that's good then.
So I say, or I might just try and sneak off before the shift ends. Jump on my car, drive off.
Yeah, that brother.
What's the conversations about? I thought this was a pre-made video in that.
No.
Still. Chris is slagging off Caribbean still. I'm not involved.
We're straight under the bus.
Man's been getting off Caribbean.
He's Chris is cooking them still.
I thought it was this guy's guy, but that is. But basically, like I'm trying to figure out what exactly is the culture of a Caribbean. Like, I know that's a broad one, isn't it? But what is Caribbean culture like in a general sense? Like, what can Caribbeans be known for aside from ratchet business? You know what I'm saying? So that's
dancehall, reggae.
That's what I'm saying.
Caribbean food.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't want to offend the. I was gonna say I don't want to offend the white people, but I'll say English people. I won't even say that English people have a culture. English people have a culture. They got a drinking culture.
Yeah, what is English
traditions.
culture
I
though?
want to say traditions, English. Sorry, no, English breakfast. Is that a tradition or part of their culture?
Sunday roast on a Sunday.
I'll say that's both.
Yeah.
That's culture.
Yeah. Some cultures don't do that. Go to India, they don't have that. I'm sure.
I hear that. Man's more like on the thing where I'm like, and you're right in what you're saying. You know, I'm saying those are good examples. I feel like Caribbeans have lost their identity for the most part, not all of them. I feel like there's a what's that thing called?
Disconnect.
Cognitive dissonance or whatever that thing is called, where it's like you're aware of your origin, but you just deny your origin. You know what I mean? It's like you don't want to be African, but if I test your blood, it's only gonna show me one place. You figure to smell me. So that's my whole thing. I just need to understand, like, where do Caribbeans fit in their minds? Because where we started talking, I was like, right, like, I'm an African. I'm a Nigerian. Yes. And I know where I come from. Like, I got my name, I've seen my home. So I feel a little more grounded. You know what I mean? As opposed to me thinking of like a Caribbean person or African American person who just walks around as a black person in a land where they were just placed. You know what I mean?
I'll say it's more worse with Americans than it is with Jamaican people, because you would get this argument. I even saw a post today, and I don't know, I can't remember the post, but went to a comment section and people were talking about Jamaicans not being Africans, and then you had some Jamaican people were showing that, like their Ancestry.com results that showed that they were like 58% Nigerian. And then so you get, and again, my dad's Jamaican, and he raised me making sure that I knew that I was African before anything. So it's a bit of a hard one. You get some Jamaicans that don't want to embrace or accept their heritage, and then you get some that do. And the ones that don't, I find a bit weird still. I find them a bit weird. Because it's like, Jamaica clearly... Well, this is the argument. They want to say that there were Moors. The Moors were there, and the Moors were taken from... Or they came from Spain or something like that.
Hi, everyone.
Yo, Bex.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm okay. So like this, the reason why I said this is like very like dangerous, is because one, we can't say that Caribbeans have lost their identity because one, there's a lot of Caribbean culture out there, so I feel like that's very like, that's a bold statement. But at the same time, like, because I've been looking into this a lot, I've been joining a lot of people's lives, because a lot of Caribbeans are now like saying that they're not African, they're indigenous to the land, right? And it gets me a bit annoyed because I'm from Sierra Leone, and I know that there was a small percentage of, and they also don't believe in slavery. These people who are indigenous, they don't believe in slavery.
What?
So, they don't believe it took place, which makes sense, because if they're indigenous, that means they've always been in the land. So then I came up to them and I said to them, well, I'm from Sierra Leone, and I know within my blood, I have a tribe that's been like taken from the Americas and been brought over to Sierra Leone and have established like my country. So we can't really say that slavery didn't exist, because like that's very close to me in my blood, in my history. But they weren't getting it. And they were arguing with me and whatnot. And then they started to say things like they are indigenous and how African people have different skull shapes we have different, like we're different from them, they have different, like, I don't know, DNA to them, or like we're just different. And they will go down to like skull shapes and how our heads are, how our body, our bone density is. And then they'll start to do things, say things like down to our culture, like, oh, we don't eat trap, we don't eat these type of foods, you guys eat these foods and you guys do this. Like they would get very, very ignorant about it. So I just think it's like it's a very sensitive topic, because some people believe, like some Jamaicans believe or Caribbeans believe that they have African roots. Some believe they're indigenous. And I'm just trying to, like, I really want to have a proper conversation about it and really understand this indigenous thing, because they will go down to the fact that they're 9 ether, copper beings, things like this. And like, I hear it, but it's like, are they resonating that they are from India or they're Indian, or are they, because I get the whole West Indies thing, so are they resonating that they're from India, or are they saying that they have nothing to do with Africa at all and they're completely different beings? Like I don't know, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really.
Next, can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course.
So my question to you is, in your opinion, what is Caribbean culture? Because when I'm talking to Chris, I can't explain it because I'm not Caribbean. All I know is that our culture, the black culture, American culture, some parts of African culture, we know that it all. When I say the black culture, I mean like music, sports, entertainment.
1 second, yeah.
Most of it is derived from Caribbean culture. So I say this to say, what is Caribbean culture to you?
Caribbean culture for me, I think it's more like
Way
their
of life,
food,
food,
their way.
that stuff.
Yeah, hold on. Their way of life, their food, how they interact with one another, how they dress, their energy. That is Caribbean culture. That's different from African culture, because not all Africans, we don't act like Caribbean people. There's a clear dissonance between us both. You can clearly see that. That is their culture. Carnival is part of their culture. These things are part of Caribbean culture, wherever it may have stemmed from, whether it's from Africa or India or wherever it came from. These people came from wherever they came from and are in this land or in this island, and they've built everything up from what they have brought over. Now it's become culture. Do you get it? Like that's what I think Caribbean culture is.
Yeah, you got a point there. What I will say is, my older brother, he's fully Jamaican, innit? I'm half Jamaican, half Nigerian. And he randomly called me like a couple months ago and was like, bro, just a quick call to let you know that he told me the percentage, it was probably over 50%, but he was like, I done my ancestry.com DNA test, found out that majority Nigerian. And my brother, I was even surprised he even done that, to say the truth, because
Do you know how those things actually work? It's not just actually where you come from, but you know when your alleles are selecting in it, like when you're in your mum's womb and all that, certain genes are stronger than each other. So obviously, certain of those phenotypes come out more in your DNA than others, obviously. So in actuality, you might be from somewhere else, but like obviously that's
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing though, because like, and this is why I go back to when they're saying like bone structure and these type of things. This is why I don't obviously believe that, like, obviously that's why I believe slavery existed, and I believe that there are Caribbeans with African descent, because they're trying to say they don't have no African descent. They will even go.
Did you say that you believe slavery existed?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was documented.
Of course.
Yeah. But they're saying these people I'm talking about.
You said that they don't believe they existed.
They don't, because if they're claiming they're indigenous, that means
That's
they
crazy.
are from the island. They are from the island. They were already there.
Can't be. I had this.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me finish though, because I don't want to forget my point. So when they start talking, because I'm basically coming off of your point. When they start talking about bone structure and these type of things, yeah, they will compare like the African bone structure to the Caribbean bone structure, or the Americas. Anybody in the Americas' bone structure, they will say that it's different. But to me, I'm looking at it and I think, bruh, there are some... hold on. Carry on, guys.
Someone's getting the run. We can't really carry on if she's the one that's actually on. No, sorry.
The point you wanted to make, do you know? I think
Like they actually have like African descent, right? You can see some Caribbean, some of them look, you would think that they're African, but they're not. But they don't believe that. So I was just trying to like understand like why they don't believe it, why they think they're indigenous, all of this and all of that. But you know,
Patriotism.
but then again, it's like genealogy. Do you get it? But then they don't believe that we should trust these DNA tests and stuff like that.
No, I think that's pretty dumb. Can't lie. Obviously, like, here's my personal take on it. I'm Jamaican. I love playing with my peoples. You know what I'm saying, fam? Jamaica till death do us part. You know what I mean? To death could. You know what I mean? But the thing is about being Jamaican, yeah, is this: we come from a lot of different places. We'll say that. Like, just with with every kind of country that you look at, even if you look at Indians, because I was gonna say this, I wouldn't say a discussion because it was more like a racial slurring match between one Asian person and myself in real life. Obviously, it ended with my fist doing the talking, but I had to remind him that obviously, as he called me the N-word, that I told him that at least I kept my melanin, because a lot of people's countries were invaded, once the victors went in there, I tried to assimilate with them to make a claim to their land. So a lot of people are actually from different clans and had intermixes alongside, like, as I was saying with India and all that. You can say the same thing with Jamaica. You can say the same thing with a lot of different Caribbean countries. If Africa even still as intermingled with each other. But a lot of these lot have even mixed in with the Dutch, with the French, the Spanish, and also the English, which is why you have different parts. Like, you got South Africa, you got different people, and you notice that the skin complexion is not as dark, as pure, as rich in melanin as you would once have before. And there's a reason for that. It's called whitening out a race, guys. That's the whole thing. Part of eugenics. Be very careful, guys.
Do you know? Is that how I say your name? Do you know?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question, yeah. What, as a Jamaican, you said you are, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How would you, if I was to say, can you tell me about Jamaican culture? Like, what would you tell me?
I'll show you our food. I'll tell you to come along with me. I can show you there's different kinds of aspects of life of it. Because you know what it is? Most people don't realize that black culture, there's only minute differences because we come through the same kind of route. However, we've got different branches. Now, African culture, I'll even say some African culture and some Caribbean culture are similar, as in carnivals or dances and all that kind of stuff. The music we might listen to may differ, but have similar kind of swing. As I said, food, talking. We have similar language, but we don't talk the same.
Yeah, you got a point there still, because again, in Jamaica we have the nine nights, and with African people they got more like awake. It's awake keeping, isn't it? Yeah, so it's like pretty much the same thing, but I guess that's both part of African and Caribbean culture.
Why do you think okay, put it this way.
Was that traditions?
When it comes to it,
yeah, I think it's more tradition. So it's African tradition, Caribbean culture.
That's what I was trying to say, because I feel like Africans is more tradition. I feel with Jamaicans is more, like a celebration, more morals.
Yeah, but night can be seen as a tradition, though. It's more traditional for a Caribbean to have a night. But then it's pretty much the same thing, though. A night and a wake.
Yeah, I always thought night and wakes was the same thing. It just had little differences. So.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like to think that a lot of Caribbean people that want to deny their African heritage, they're just ignorant. And a lot of them haven't been raised
So I don't want to
and
get
showing their
lost
history.
day one. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, you don't have to claim him. I don't want to claim that. That's why I say I'm Jamaican.
You
What
don't
You
have
see,
to
you
though,
don't want to
but
claim African because
that's
Yeah, he's African,
understandable
man.
though.
you
I
see
can
this?
understand that though.
My dad, born
I'm
raised,
trolling them.
born
Trolling.
raised in Jamaica. Yeah, he made it a point to make sure I knew that I was African before anything.
I'll tie
I
him.
feel like building it in the name of Jesus.
It's a good thing though
Wow.
No, but do you know what?
that he made it a point that we're African, which we are.
Well,
Yeah, but
he
you
was a
know,
man that was deep into his history. He was a historian.
Yeah, that's why I said that was a good thing.
Yeah, so I'm sure through his delving into history and his research, he came to realize who he really was. Because I'm sure he understood that.
Can I show you something actually? Does anyone know what the Ashanti tribe is?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so cool. Even when I was talking to my dad when he was still alive, a lot of Jamaicans are descended from the Ashanti tribe in what's it called? I say it's
in
Ghana.
Ghana.
Ghanaian, innit?
Mm.
Now, a lot of this is what I'm saying. If I'm supposed to claim that gear, I already know my heritage comes from that, because this is why even when it comes back into the Avery times, if you don't want to call it that, I just call it when people getting whipped. Bro, man them used to just get like coconut oil and all that. You get me, fam? To be able to tell different tribes, you could tell people's tribes here by stuff like little markers and all that. And those are the things that are passed down into the culture, which is why, like, for example, we actually like coconut. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really find you a Jamaican that don't like coconut, bro. Tell me, literally, to some degree, like, you know what I mean? Toto cake. Love, oh my god, I feel like Toto cake now. I made myself hungry. Oh, I'm fried. Oh, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
What's it called?
Toto cake, fam.
Toto cake is mad.
okay, yeah.
That's crazy, you know.
You can't laugh,
But
bro.
what I
You
really
can't
want
laugh
to
at
Oh,
it.
shut
understand.
up, man. You lot are eating plasticine. You're trying to fucking laugh at my
Nah.
Toto.
Toto's equivalent to fufu.
What is it?
What I actually
Toto
want to
cake is just
understand though.
it's coconut cake.
Yeah,
Literally.
no, but what I'm
Coconut
saying
cake,
is
yeah,
it's just
coconut
the name.
cake is
Just the
bad
name.
still.
Just the name. You can't really laugh at a name, Ayo.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my
Telling
bad,
shots.
my bad.
Ayo only eats Jamaican food anyway. I don't even know. Which is
No, but
even
I've
more
never
annoying.
heard of that.
Ayo
That name
loves
just
Jamaican
sounded,
food.
that name threw me off.
No, do
Hey,
you know what it
Ayo.
is?
That's how you'll be able to tell certain people. It's like a little
You know,
sign
in
language.
some countries, Toto means another thing.
Oh, like
Okay.
tattoo, fam. Like, it means shit.
No, I don't mean that. It means like a girl's thing.
Oh, that's tun tun, bro.
No, some countries say Toto, like Toto.
That means the girls what?
Pom pom cake.
You know.
Anyway, but
Look at Ghana.
Oh, back
Ghana has
up. Wait,
shito,
you got
innit?
some pom pom cake.
Ghana
no,
has shito.
but I want to actually ask a question though, because this, like, to the Caribbeans, yeah, if there's Caribbeans here, I want to understand, yeah, why
That's
they,
if like I'm not here, fam. Have
yeah,
some
you're
fucking
here,
manners.
you're here, yeah, you're here with us. Why do, like, the Caribbeans, yeah, want to move away from African tradition? Some of them want to
Because
move
you
away
sold
from.
us.
Wait, hold
You
on,
sold us. You sold us. That's it.
Wait, but then
Yeah,
why
no,
are they?
go on.
Why are they trying to move away from the African culture or the African traditions and then say that they're indigenous, when you know there must be a connection, because we still have the same type of hair type, same type of melanin. You can still see, like, that's what I don't.
There's
To
100%
me,
a
it's
connection.
complete madness. It's
Hey,
There's
complete
you sold us
100% a
out, fam.
connection.
That's what it is, fam. We don't want to.
Nah, but
You know
that's
what I
not the
think
truth,
it is,
though.
yeah? Do you know what I think it is? I
But that's
think
not
it's
the
mainly
truth, though.
the ones that are born here.
Actually, it is the truth. Actually, what was it? It was one of the true tribes, the Igbo people or whatever.
My broskies. How does it make sense that one person?
People were look. Listen, they
I don't even think
paid.
it's a sellout thing, though. I think
No.
it's
I'm
like
gonna
that.
tell you. Listen, this is actual history. Yeah, what they did, yeah, because obviously, bear in mind, white people foreign there. They'll see us. They'll see them coming a mile off. So what they used to do is get people. They paid people in gold. I can't remember which tribe it was, yeah, but I think I'm inclined to think it was Igbo.
Nah, dog.
listen, bro, paid them, yeah, and to with promises land and all that, and obviously more gold and all that kind of stuff to round up slaves, yeah, for them. You understand? So they can be shipped off into different parts of the Americas as well as also different parts of the UK
Hey,
as
but,
well.
but
You
hear
understand?
this. Hear this.
That's why we don't like it.
The English, oh, what the fuck? When they conquered the world, they managed to convince whatever countries they invaded, whether it was India, whether it was Jamaica, Nigeria.
British Empire, I mean.
Yeah, British Empire. They managed to do their thing. Like, regardless of whether or not.
I don't care, man. They sold us.
See, but this is the ignorance, because you
But I
just
don't
said,
even.
I don't care, man. They sold us.
But then at the same time, yeah, do those people that were sold, they didn't even know what they were getting into, one, and before
because
that,
they just got rounded up by people that looked like them.
But before that was the energy.
This is hold up.
Wait,
Imagine
but
I'm just on.
But before that was what was happening before even like the Atlantic slavery came in.
No, I hear it.
People were getting sold anyways.
No, yes, it's always existed. We will admit that. Now hear the cry now. Aren't you supposed to unite underneath a common enemy, not to sell out to them?
Yeah, but you think you think Africa? Do you honestly think Africa just?
No. It was hate. There was hatred between different tribes and all that kind of stuff, which is why it was done. You understand?
Nah, bro. What you need to do is you need to look.
I'm not gonna lie. Have you researched this stuff? Because I did research.
I was gonna say, look into the Berlin Conference. The Berlin Conference was when a whole heap of European countries came together and said, "Yo, this cake, Africa, we're gonna take a slice out of it, and England, you take this bit, Germany, you take this bit."
Yeah,
it was planned.
I know, bro. This is the fam. I'm not gonna lie. You see, where you know the name of the things, I can just tell you about it, but you actually put the name. I just keep what you talk about.
Yeah. So the Berlin Conference, showed that this is deeper than.
Yeah, of course, it's about control.
Anything.
Divide, conquer, and subjugate people by also. The whole point is this is what you need to do. They are the common enemy because all of them outside really are the people that try to interfere with the continent thing because they always realize the riches that they have. When Christopher Columbus came in whatever fucking time it was, I think it's 1700s or whatever the fuck it was, can't remember, and saw that there was not people there. Well, not gold there, but people that they could subjugate. He wrote this in a document, in a letter, and said that there is basically things that are worth more gold than gold. These people don't even know what metal is. Basically, they can kind of cutting themselves on stuff. They don't know. They even react to a thing because a pew pew because they don't know what it is, and they realized it was an easy way to get a cash grab essentially.
Yeah, but you see,
so obviously, when they were doing this dividing stuff, which is what you're coming back into, yes, they all did it because they all claimed their own separate languages. obviously, some of them were in it, them together. You remember they were having their own little beast, but then obviously they didn't want to have full-on conflict because they were landing in different parts, so they took their own little influence, which is why you have some people that speak Creole, then you've got some people that speak a little bit of a Dutch kind of accent or whatever the fuck it is. I don't remember what the fuck it's called. And yes, quite a lot of people in Africa can speak English for that reason also. That's the reason why the language is the way it is.
Well, I mean...
in Sierra Leone, we talk Creole, but that's because of
the influence that you lot had.
Yeah, from slavery.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that's all in all the whitey people. I wouldn't say that.
No. It's basically you lot were taught to in a certain way. So you spoke in Spanish, but you had your own language as well that you were taught to each other. It started to mix in together. That's what happened. That's how Creole became to exist.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying
the same thing with Patois.
I personally
but Creole came from Patois. That's the difference. Like
because they had their own dialect. We all had our own little dialects. It's different dialects.
Yeah,
Creole
but there's
Creole is a type of Patois. If we're gonna talk.
Creole is a type of Patois. Creole derived from Patois.
No, I say okay. I'm gonna use Patois in the sense that instead of it being a language, just say it's a dialect. Everybody has a different kind of Patois depending on what language you are speaking and also where the language that you originally spoke came from. Do you understand? So both of them together
Okay.
will make their different kinds of patois.
Okay, or Creole. Yeah.
Okay, so brother,
Creole is, you
if
get
you were
my
to do
point.
your
I get
ancestry,
what you're saying.
you were to do your DNA, your heritage test or whatever. Test your DNA to see where you originate from.
This club I've been slapping on too many different levels, so I'm live.
Where do you think it would say that you've
Probably Ghana
originated
and
from?
Nigeria.
Okay. But yeah,
I get along with Ghanaians.
So if I walked up to
And
you,
plus, just like if I was, you know what? If I never put that like face wise, actually, aside from Jamaican, yeah.
look, bro, if I identified you as an African, bro, would you take offense to it?
No. If you were just able to basically look at me, you'll just be like, all right, cool. Like, bro, I look African slightly. You get it? So
Obviously, you don't look African, but I
yeah,
know.
but you can see the African features. You get it? It's not
Yeah,
hard.
that's because you're what, bruv. This is
Yeah,
what
but that's what confuses me though, is because like,
We have
how
African
can you
features
say that somebody looks African? This is what I'm.
because we have
definitely
similar
say that.
features because we come from you lot. So,
yeah,
like,
you can say
you
some
can
people are
definitely
Yeah,
African,
but
some
what
people are
about but
Caribbean.
then there's actual people that's in the Caribbean that are have the same similar hair type to us, that have the same type of skin
yes,
color,
because
but
we
they don't
actually came from
believe.
you
But they don't actually believe
because of
they
the
have
fucking
come.
colorism and all that, the division. Come on, some people are ignorant. I'm not ignorant. You didn't hear me once say that I'm not like descended from Africans.
You
Never.
definitely look like you're West African though. If you was like to
Exactly.
be, definitely be West African.
If I wasn't to have the dreads, you would be like, yeah.
Even with the dreads, I had dreads, bruv. Listen, it's mad. But personally, like I just like that whole Jamaican thing. What you were saying, Becca, about the people in the Caribbean. Like I can go to the Caribbean and I can pretty much 93% of the time I'll be right to tell you where that person comes from in Africa. Like man's on point with that, but you can just tell. Like what's his name? D. Neil said it's a features thing.
Yeah, so
exactly.
this is another thing though, because
But I have kind of like the thing is, oh yeah, that is another thing I wanted to say.
But a guy came on TikTok.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. A guy came on TikTok. Yeah, like a lot of people. Some people look at me and they think I'm Jamaican off of the bat, but I'm not. And I'll say to them, no, I'm not Jamaican. Another guy has come on TikTok and said that when people look at him, they think he's Jamaican, right? But
they don't know
he's not.
True Jamaicans
He's African. So you guys can discern who's who, but sometimes.
Shall I show you something? Actually, I was gonna say this.
Sorry. Sometimes you can't, innit?
Let me just,
you know what?
You
see the features thing, yeah? It's a very weird
Sometimes
thing.
you can't.
Because we have kind of whitish kind of features. It sounds weird, yeah, but if like, if you were to look at my face for a piece, innit?
Let me answer that. Huh? Yeah. Do you know why it's not the same thing, Becca? Yeah. Because when I'm identifying people, I'm associating them with an African country. That's an origin. So it's not me saying you look like you're Saint Lucian. That's mad wild. Do you get what I'm saying? People told me I look Saint Lucian. I'm Nigerian. Do you get what I'm saying? But I'm associating you with an origin country. So it's more time I'm going to be right. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's not
indications.
This is my whole argument. You know, like the Caribbean thing is your secondary home.
There we go. Yes.
This is my thing where do Caribbeans have that identity? Dude, like a lot of them.
No, but why would they think it's their secondary home when
because that's where they were brought to.
Sorry, why would they think it's their secondary home?
This is the whole point.
Literally what I just said. They were brought there from an African country. That's what he's saying. He's looking past where we were put in and said, you are originally, yeah, your ancestors were taken from that part. We can see it. We can see this because of your phenotype features or whatever. Whatever he's using to actually be able to tell that, he's able to do so. Make sense? Any confusion?
Well, yeah, this is what they say. They say if you don't know where you've come from, then you don't know where you're going.
Yeah, like I already know. I can actually tell you that. Yes, I already know that properly. That's why I said.
Okay, but there's a lot of Sierra Leoneans.
Jesus Christ, I get caught on the next thing, bro. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, go on.
No, you really ain't sorry, man. I tell people if you do it enough times,
No,
you're not
no,
sorry.
my bad.
Carry on, no, carry on. It's not important.
There's a lot of Sierra Leonean people. There's a lot of African countries, and you can't determine them just by where they're from. Do you get it? Like the ignorances
Generally,
are
100%.
the ignorances are you're either from Nigeria or Ghana. Do you get
100%.
it?
I hear it.
Just
Like
like if you're
that's an
Asian, it's either
ignorance.
Chinese or Japanese or
Exactly, that's an ignorance. So
Yeah, but there's so many
you
different
can't really
things.
associate somebody based off of their phenotypes.
You
can't.
can somewhat identify a similar phenotype. For example, let me give you a good example: a Jewish nose. You're not really gonna see a black person with a Jewish nose. If you see that nose, you know they're most likely gonna be like some form of Drake. You get me? Am I lying? You get me? Like, bro, as I was even gonna say with my features, I've got Africanized features, but also because of the fact that yes, I'm Jamaican, I do probably have some white ancestry somewhere. Actually, I know I do. But anyway,
what about what's it called though? Because
look, here's what I'm trying to say though. Like, notice that even my nose, I've got an Africanized nose, but it's smaller because of that little mix in there. Those are the things that it's like, okay, you can see that you have some of the features, but they're altered.
No.
They can look past those things.
That's nothing to do with white being inside of you, because
Yes,
if you see my
does.
features,
I don't know if you could look at someone and think
you can't look at someone based off of their
it's a bit
features.
hard.
Like
You
can't do
slightly.
that.
Alright, so what about
Can.
India?
Slightly
With
can.
India,
Not
India
fully.
used to be the same. India, Bangladesh,
Even still, that's you lot's opinion. Quite
You
like.
can kind of tell the difference.
I'm entitled to mine.
Kashmir, India. They used to be the same country. Pakistan, all of that used to be the same
They're one country.
They're one country.
I feel like Pakistan and Indian, you can kind of tell the difference, but I feel
No, you can't. Well, why you can't? Why I say you can't is
I feel
because
like can't is a strong word to use for things.
Okay,
that
it's difficult. It's difficult.
Alright.
It's difficult.
Mad.
You see what I'm saying? So once you
Indian
change it to
people-
difficult, you can then. So
Indian
I was like,
people,
But
you
if
get
I'm
the dark Indian people, you get the light Indian people. But the light Indian people can be mistaken for Pakistanis, because Pakistanis are predominantly light.
because they're more mixed in with the British Empire.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, how could you tell the difference between a light Pakistani and a light Indian?
The roundness of the face and the leanness of the face.
There will be certain genetic markers that you can see through their
There's certain Nigerian people that I've said.
yeah, I know. That's why I say it's a general rule. It's not. There's obviously going to be exceptions. This is the problem, innit? Yeah, and this is why I have a problem with debating it. We ignore the general rule. If I say it's a general rule, there's going to be exceptions, but the general rule is you follow that, you're most likely going to get to the answer. It's a general rule.
Yeah. Okay.
Might as well just cut it short, man. I'm not like that.
Hey, it's a weird one for me because again, I could see that the hostility built up between Caribbean people and African people.
Sometimes it's misplaced because obviously, like at the end of the day, we all did come from the same people, have the same root somewhere. Obviously, the division is patriotism, and obviously that dumb patriotism when you don't actually deep down, that's your actual ancestry. You actually want at one point another brothers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't realize that.
We still are, but we're just
We're distant cousins now.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah.
That's maybe for second cousins once removed or twice removed, maybe. But yeah, some lineage somewhere.
But I definitely feel like with the emergence of technology, with YouTube and being able to watch documentaries, and we are able to kind of get back together.
Oh yeah, I can't lie, man. Who don't like an
build it.
African girl, fam? I can't lie, fam. I love the African back, fam. Sometimes, you know what I mean? You get some skinny Jamaican girls, fam. I like African girls. You get me? You get me, fam. I like
But have you changed over the years with how you feel towards African people being Caribbean?
What do you mean? I had African friends, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, I know, I hear you. But back in the day, I don't know how old you are.
Okay, I'm 26.
You're 26. I'm 36. So you see it.
Oh, that's why. You see,
Yeah.
okay, so you see how everyone, when the Africans came in and they were taking the pee out of them, it kind of was coming to an end by my time, but I was still there. Like, where it wasn't cool to be African, you know what I mean?
I hear you.
Like,
It was like people.
Wait, hold on. I've got the mic. I'm keeping the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go on.
Hold on. So as I was saying before, I saw rude, the blood clot interrupted by this guy. Yeah. You see, like kidulthood. Like how they were taking the piss. Every single joke was Shabba the night. Or you had all of these people like Black or Black. So the only reason why they were famous because of the fact that like it was the mockery of it essentially in everyone's head. You get me? There was a point where everyone thought it was uncool to be African. It's just truth. That was that
Yeah,
time.
but
Now
how I see it is
it's
with
not
the
like that.
emergence of technology,
They've given them a
it's
bit more
changed.
sauce. Like they're giving them these flowers. Their flowers these days.
Yeah,
Plus
I think
also,
shit's changed. Also, you can go on YouTube and see. Like, I remember back in the day when I first saw South Africa, I thought it was America. Certain parts of South Africa.
yeah, because
Keep
they
in
put it
mind,
in your mind. It's like, oh yeah, £2 a
yeah,
month. Yeah, return it to Waterbury, fam. Help that little kid out, fam. That's been the same age for like how many fucking years?
100%. But it wasn't until the emergence of technology that we were able to see how certain African people were living. But you know,
And that's the thing, like when I went on this person's live, yeah, bro, if you saw the pictures they were posting to describe African people, mighty God of creation,
you see, that's all
they
ignorance, though.
went deep into the village, bruv. Something I ain't even never seen before, bro. They were just doing the baddest of baddest things. Bro, it was so dark, the things they were bringing up, yeah. Like, you know, it was worse than seeing the children that's on the TV. It was worse than that. It was worse than that. It was worse than that. They were disgustingly rude. They should have got banned. In fact, they should have got banned. What should have
You know
happened
what?
to them?
I was talking to some elders today, fam. Like they're from Africa, and like I've got different people that I know in it. Like, see, in my area, you get diversity of people. So yeah, I got the African uncles that yes, I will talk to. You get it, fam. I was chatting to them. I'm thinking, I was like, I want to get out of this country, yeah, but you see, if I was to choose a country, it would definitely be in Africa. You know where, fam? Brother, I'll be a millionaire with Iraq, cuz. Are you mad, cuz? Like, what? Iraq alone, fam? I'll go there and I'm already a millionaire by I've got 5 million. Even though, yeah, the buying power is a bit dead, fam. But bro, I could be a Nigerian millionaire, fam. A nigga can dream. At least a nigga can say I made it. Build some land there, cut there, yeah, I mean, fam. Have a little break, fam. Build a little resort, build a pool, yeah, I mean. There's so much we could do here. Like, we don't put back into those countries, fam, and then we wonder why they're extorting the fuck out of it because we don't even, we so look about ourselves that we don't even look at the fucking bigger picture, bro.
Yeah, but slowly, man.
Capitalism is actually really fucking us up, fam, and we're not even looking about ourselves.
Slowly, things are changing, man.
Hopefully for the better,
I don't think
man.
it's gonna change. I'm so sorry.
What?
It ain't gonna change. You're always gonna have somebody. You're always gonna have that one Caribbean person that I'm not African.
No. I was talking about
I'm not
Africa.
this.
No.
But in general, like, we're not even on that convo anymore. Like,
No. The thing is, Africa. We're talking about how Africa is going to change. How
It
that
will,
corruption.
yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
You got Burkina Faso.
Burkina Faso, yeah. But look what they did to all the African big. Look at Gaddafi.
if you don't hear me cussing, I'm
Mali.
on Call of Duty, just letting you know.
Go on mute, man.
I can't be bothered for that shit. I want to be part of the convo too, man. Fuck off.
Yeah, Africa. Yeah, Ibrahim Traore is doing great stuff for Burkina Faso.
He is, but they're gonna try assassinate him.
Yeah, but he wasn't the first, and he isn't going to be the last.
I like the fact that Ibrahim Traore is a young man as well. It's good to see like a young man in power. That's a nice thing.
He's gonna bring forth the change, hopefully.
I hope that despite that this poorer wars can stop, because it's annoying when you grown up like, okay, I grew up in the system, yeah, like the care system. So I'm black, right? So wherever they're gonna place me, it's not gonna matter, because I'm gonna either get placed with a Caribbean person or I'm gonna get placed with an African person, because they just want me to look like that, you know.
Oh,
they want
won't
me
place you a white person.
No.
Okay.
They had to put me with someone with black, with African or Caribbean descent. I needed to get brought up within that culture. That's what they said to me. That's what I was getting told. So personally, I was with a lot of Caribbean people, and I always bring this up here because they formed a lot of my important years of growing up as a child and as a girl. Yeah. So for me, when I look at this whole like African and Caribbean this diaspora where I've gone on a live and people are like, we're not like you, we ain't got nothing to do with you, with this and with that, it hurts me like to a core, because I'm thinking there's people out here who are African who probably have been brought up with Caribbean people who may be in the system all their life that don't have a choice. And like, you know, if there's Caribbean people with that type of mentality, like we're not really like helping, like we're not really moving forward as a whole as Black people. Do you get it? Like this is not good, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have got taught how to look after myself, how to this. If it wasn't for those people, I wouldn't even understand family, like the family construct, how family is. Like having dinner around the table, respect and all of these type of things. I wouldn't have got taught this. Yes, I'm African and it's different because the cultures are different, and it was hard because I was also with my mum for a bit, and then I got placed into these environments. So it wasn't easy. But if it wasn't for them accepting me and teaching me, you're still a Black girl, I'm still a Black woman, I'm still going to raise you up like a Black girl, you're still going to talk to me with this, you're still going to, like, I don't know where I would have been today. I don't know where I would have been today. So for me, it hurts me because I'm thinking like this diaspora war, like it's dead because
yeah, because realistically, we don't have actually very many differences.
But you're always gonna come across this. You're always gonna come across someone that doesn't say what you want them to say. Like it's gonna be racist. And you're gonna think, why in the big 2026? Why have we still got race? Why is racism still an issue? But I just put it down to ignorance. Certain people want to be ignorant, let them be ignorant, because you can't stop ignorance. That's me anyway. That's how I see it. That's why I don't let any of that stuff upset me or get me frustrated, because you'll come across someone Caribbean that doesn't want to accept that their heritage is, or that they've come from, their descendants have come from Africa. And it's just like, you know what? But you'll come across Caribbean people that understand their heritage. So when I see racist people, when I see people that don't want to accept their heritage.
And do you know what it could be as well? It could be what Caribbean people are getting taught of Africa in the curriculum, in the schools and stuff.
Even at home too, though.
Even at home, because when I got a lot of Caribbean people around me. When I talk to some Caribbean women, they say to me, "Rah, like we got taught about Shaka Zulu and the warriors and how the Shaka Zulu was, you know, fighting the crocodiles and this, da 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 da." And they looked at it from an ignorant perspective, like, oh, like we're not them, we don't act like that, we're more civilized, we don't move like that. So their perception already of African people is that,
that's what they are.
Which is ignorance as well.
That's what because you need to remember the propaganda from white people was actually that. That's why they have that kind of perception.
I understand
it's because of that, really. They try to pit us against each other to try and make us see that, okay, one's better than the other. So we had that divide between us.
Due to civilization, yeah, because even down to Africa within the tribes, yeah, how we've got the small Creole tribes that's derived from Jamaican Ramoons and Nova Scotia and these things, yeah. They came into Sierra Leone and they settled in Freetown and they built the churches, the courthouses and all of these things. So they kind of built like the civilization from what they've got from like the YT people, and now they fight other tribes because now they're looked upon as they think they're better than the other tribes and these type of things. So I think that's true. I think that has some truth in it as well. It's a lot of deconstruct.
But this is my thing though. Why do Jamaicans want to always associate themselves the closest thing to Western society, the closest thing to YT society? Why do Jamaicans feel like they speak a YT man's language with a twist to it, with an African twist to it, and then they say they're not Africans?
I don't know. They don't even believe that we have the same. Even when it comes to the twist, they don't believe that they think they're American, like they are the natives to America.
Wait,
they don't want to.
Who are we talking about?
some Caribbean people.
Okay, some Caribbean people.
Some Caribbean people think that they're native to America and that they have no connection to Africa whatsoever.
A lot of Americans think that.
This is the thing. So it's like it's a whole thing. It's the whole of the Americas. Like it's the Americas. They are trying to combine themselves into one. Like you know how we got like the FBA and that. They're trying to like combine themselves into one and basically say no, like we are not. We are not
disassociate themselves.
Yeah, like whoever said cognitive dissonance earlier, like that's what I think is actually going through their brain. They don't believe we have the same cadence. That's what the word they use. I'm not really sure what that means, but they don't think we have the same
cadence sounding
they don't think we have
that same basically like pattern.
Yeah, because they think like we long out our words. Africans will prolong out their words. They will speak fast, but that is again all due to civilization. Like that is nothing to do with the fact that that's to do with maybe you was more, you know, you got educated differently in a different land, product of your environment type thing, which makes sense. Because I was trying to say to them, when they were trying to say slavery didn't exist and all these things, I was just basically trying to say to them, like, listen, at the end of the day, there's words in patois that is in my language, that is in Creole that we speak today. So you can't separate that because there's clear evidence of a people that have come from you. Like you cannot ever say that did not exist, because for me personally, as a Sierra Leonean, I see that in my culture every day. Like we have Maroon Town, we have Jamaican Maroons, we recognize Jamaican Maroon, like the Maroons and the people that came down. Like you can't, there's no way you're gonna separate that and say that didn't exist when there's living proof of it. Like, but for me, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know why they don't want to be associated with Africa. Even now, like you're saying, technology is going past. You can see all the African people. You can see how beautiful African people are and how colourful they are and all of these things. Like, what is it? Like, it's like a natural reaction where they're like they don't want to be African. Like it triggers them. It brings something up. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Super Mario for the Rose, man.
It's cool. I didn't even know that I had money on this thing. I'll be real. Oh, what? I sent another rose. I'm guessing this is coming out of my balance.
Say that again.
No, but it's crazy to me though. It's crazy to me, and like it gets me mad because like, when I talk to my Jamaicans,
are you African, learning?
I'm African.
Yeah.
We all are.
No, but where are you from?
From Africa, but I don't want to disclose where in Africa. That's not really necessary, you know.
Okay, right.
Really?
It's not necessary.
You don't want to drop that info.
Not necessary, my brother. You know.
Are you Black African?
Of course. What do you mean? Sub-Saharan. What do you mean? Are you Black African?
Okay, that makes sense now.
Of course. But this is my thing, though. As a Jamaican,
let's not group.
No, because I guess some Somalian people don't really class themselves as, you know.
Let's not group Jamaicans as the whole of the Caribbean, because Jamaica is not the whole of the Caribbean. Do you know what I mean?
Like, have you had this conversation with some Trinis?
That's true.
You know,
that's true.
There's Montreatians, there's
that's true.
Like,
that's true.
Have you had this conversation with other Caribbeans?
That's true. But like, you know what? Like, we don't really think about them like respectfully, because Jamaicans are like the most loudest there. So we just, but like you're right though. Like we do forget about the Trinis, the Montserrat. You're right.
The Jamaica was the biggest port. It was the biggest port. Had the biggest port. That's why most slaves came there. They had like the biggest port, or one of the biggest islands or whatever. But it's still a disrespect to not recognize the other islands and their history and what they've gone through as well.
Nah, definitely. But it's like, because Jamaica, yeah, you're right. Like, why do people just focus on Jamaica and not the others? That's a good question. Still.
Well, this is it. You've got countries like this. When we think of Asia, we think of the main countries in Asia: India, China, Japan. Yeah. We don't think about Vietnam.
Sorry. Malaysia.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're thinking about. I was trying to think of other countries in Asia too that don't get mentioned.
I true that still.
Oh, they don't, and I've also understood as well. They don't like. You see how Jamaican culture in the UK is so prominent. Like, we listen to dance hall, that everyone loves Kogo, everyone wants to, they don't like when we like talk like them. They don't like when we listen to their music. Deep inside, they'll act like it's okay, but outside they'll act like it's okay, but deep inside they don't like it. They don't like it.
Who?
Some Jamaican, some Caribbean people, they don't like when Africans indulge themselves in the Caribbean culture. They don't like it. They don't. I don't think they like it. Like the whole carnival thing. Like, why are Africans going to carnival? Da, 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 da. Like they don't like it.
I get
To me, that's just weird though.
I get it, but like, that's like kind of self-hate and ignorance with itself. But I get it though. I get it, but that's because we're following the Western society social structure. So like we're going off there, sort of like they've kind of created confusion, and then we add the hate on top of that confusion. So we're digging ourselves a deeper hole. But when truly we're kind of like all one people, like we're hating basically your brothers and sisters. Because like when you think about it, like the Maroons and all these people, you know, but it is deep. Like that's a good question. It is, but I get it though, because like Jamaicans did kind of create, you know what I mean? Like they didn't create, but they evolved, added, spiced up. They spiced up a little something culture. Like they added, like,
That's the word,
you know what I mean? Like like they pioneered something. Even
They're
though,
the goats.
yes, like the instruments, the drums, and this is that, but even reggae. But you know what I mean, like reggae and stuff like that. Like they did create some, not create, cause like the sounds and that come from Africa. This is that, but they kind of cultivated. That's the good word.
Yeah, and that goes back to the what we're talking about, like culture. They have culture. We can't deny Caribbeans don't have their own culture. Even though they've taken bits and pieces from different places, they've made it into culture. That is what culture is. That is beautiful in itself. Do you get it? But when now they've created their own thing, they want to gatekeep it. Like, nah, you lots can't get involved. You lots are not this. You lots can't be a part of it. Da 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 da. That's where the dissonance is coming in. That's where we're fighting, we're beefing, we're going on TikTok arguing about who can go carnival, who can't go carnival. Da, 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 da. And you know what frustrates me the worst? The worst part that frustrates me about it is that they will never have that energy for a whitey person. I've never seen them say, oh yeah, white people can't come to carnival. And you would never see them have that type of hatred that they have for African people towards a whitey person.
It's sad. And plus it's like, even you know, like certain dance move, the winding of like the waist, it all comes from like, even like, you know, like a certain dance move, like Jamaicans feel like they said no, like the dance moves come from Africa, like a certain dance move. They just made it more, you know what I mean? Like certain things, it all stems back home. Like even like the kumina, like certain words in pasta, like even like Jamaica, like there's this thing called kumina. It comes from the Congo. Even like what's this thing? There's another thing that you guys created. But yeah, you know, it's deep. It is deep.
Becca, you said that certain people try and say that African people shouldn't be able to be coming to the carnival. Something about the carnival.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, the joke is, I think it was last year, me and Chris went carnival, and there was this big billboard that mentioned that the carnival was started off of the death of this Trinidad guy. I'm sure he was from Trinidad.
It derived from freed slaves, the liberation of freed slaves. That's where it came. That's where
No way.
Apparently the carnival started because this one black guy from Trinidad.
Yeah, Trinidad. Yeah.
He was followed home by some white guy, and he was killed. And there was this big uproar. And the carnival started.
But is that within the UK, or is that in the
Caribbean? That was in the UK.
But the actual carnival itself came from Trinidad.
Yeah, no, I can believe that. But I'm talking about in the UK. Why we have the Notting Hill Carnival is because of that brother that died.
That's true. So, that's why Notting Hill. It's actually a ritual that they're taking. That's why even the roads that are cut off. You know that there's an actual ritual that you go around these roads. Yeah, the same roads that he took.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a ritual. Some people will actually go past the road. They'll go past the roads and that, and they'll be like, "Oh, this is where my man died, and this is what." It's actually something like they do, but they've entwined it with the Caribbean, like, you know, what they do back in the islands and what you know what I mean? Even Jamaicans, they don't actually celebrate carnival in Jamaica. It's actually more of a Trinidad. It's actually come from Trinidad, the celebration, and the other places in the Americas like Brazil and all these other places. That's where it's come from. But there's actually like a little thing. Some people will walk around the roads that my man took, past the road that he died on. Da 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 da.
That's
Like,
crazy. But
yeah.
them same people that try to say, you know, carnival African people shouldn't come to carnival or whatever. If they knew the history, would they still think the same?
But that's crazy though, and that's the thing. We perish because of lack of knowledge. It's just lack of knowledge, because people that say that, they're clearly ignorant and silly. Like, that's what it is. Like, they're ignorant. So it's like we need to educate people. That's what it is. All it is people not knowing, because
Yeah,
I didn't even know that, and that's deep. So it's like that's
yeah, and
deep.
that changes
like,
a lot.
on so much levels.
It does
So
change a
what?
lot.
Carnival
to me.
started because of this. So what? So us doing that walk was basically a walk
In solidarity
of
or
that young man,
remembrance,
basically.
Yeah. It's supposed to be.
I think that's where it came from. But I know that sometimes, like when I see them take pictures, like I've seen last year I was actually at Carnival. The year before, people were posting pictures and the road that he died on. Like, let's not forget why we do this in the UK. Like, let's not forget why we're actually doing this.
100%.
It's because of this young man that passed away.
100%. Because realistically, all of the foolishness, those stabbings, people getting on, all of the black violence that happens in Carnival shouldn't really happen if that message is kind of like we're constantly bombarded with that message that Carnival is in remembrance of, I can't remember his name, that died. If that was kind of like hammered home, is that the saying I'm trying to go for? If that was kind of like mentioned,
Wow, yeah. Sorry, like my phone was
maybe shit
bugging
would
out a bit.
change.
But
Maybe things would change.
nah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Phone's bugging out.
You're right, my bro.
Yeah,
Chris,
but
did you know about that?
nah, so you're saying that walk we do is basically the walk that my man did before he passed, basically.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I just knew that.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. I think that's
I don't
what
know
I've
if my
heard, but I don't
connection's
know if
bugging
it's.
out.
I don't know if it's. We can hear you, by the way.
Let me see.
Kind of makes sense though.
I don't know if it's factual.
It
I don't
would
know if
kind
it's
of make
factual.
sense if you think about it though.
I don't know if it's factual.
I don't know if it's factual, but he was probably from the area, right?
He died on in Notting Hill.
Oh, okay.
He died on a road. I can't remember the road. He died on the road that the trucks and everyone go past, but they don't commemorate. They don't remember, because everyone's having a good time and winding up their waist and doing all these things. They completely forget that the whole reason why this happened was for the freedom of black people within the UK.
Yeah. Because I saw it in the carnival. I saw a billboard in the carnival, and I had to take a picture because to me that was mind blowing. And it's crazy to think that we've even lost the reasoning for why we have the carnival. Hello?
Yeah. So I was just reading up on it. Yeah, it said that carnival was happening before, but they used it to promote Kelso's death.
Okay, so it was happening in Notting Hill before.
I think so, but then they used it also to commemorate his passing, and this happened, I think, in the 1950s. It's saying.
Okay. Yo, Chris, you there?
Yo. Yeah, no, it's mad. It's mad, man. Just remembering what you're saying about Carney still.
Hey, what are those gifts I'm giving you, by the way? What is this? Is this costing me money? I'm guessing it is.
It's costing you like
Huh?
a penny. I think it's like a penny every 2 that you send, or every 1 or 2 that you send.
What, Rose?
Yeah.
The hell? These roses are costing a penny.
I don't even know how much you sent. What you keep sending them. Have you got it on like automatic gift?
Nah. It's saying one. It's saying I got 86 coins.
Yeah.
The hell is 86? What's that doing? Do you actually use them?
Drop it in that pot.
Do you use them?
It goes into the TikTok account.
Yeah.
It's in dollars, so that's like 0p.
Saying I've got the equivalent of like a pound.
Yeah, I ain't never put no peas on my TikTok thing. Actually, no, I tell a lie, man. Shopped at a TikTok shop. What's happening, bro?
Yeah, so I just read it up. Yeah, it's saying that his name was Kelso Kosharain, and he was from Antigua. And basically, he got murdered by a gang of white people, and they murdered him. So, as a way of the Caribbean people it was an activist movement where they like had a walkabout. They done walkabouts, right, with steel pans, and then people also came out and laid foundations and laid things to commemorate or promote this steel pan festival or walkabout after what happened after his murder and stuff like that.
Okay. So there wasn't any Notting Hill Carnival before his death?
No, I think there was. Or I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that though. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I was trying to look for the photo I took because I'm sure it said gave a little backstory, but
What photo was that? Carnival.
When
was that? Carnival.
You don't remember?
I don't remember the photo.
So it was because of his death. The first carnival of the year was because of Kelso, the person that died.
Yeah, and it's sad to think that however many years later, the backstory is kind of died.
And then they will say like, oh, at least like the YT people, they embrace it. Like they embrace the culture. They don't come and try and like appropriate it and these type of things. But actually the whole reason was to stand up against them for what they did to another black man within the community. You know? And I guess it wasn't even just Caribbean people that came out. It's probably all different types of black people because, you know, when one person in the black community goes, we all feel it, whether we're African or Caribbean. We will all feel that type of pain because, you know, especially if it's a ACES attack, we'll definitely all feel it, 100%.
I watched one thing where this African guy was trying to explain that we need to stop looking at each other as brothers. He was like, the Chinese man don't look at the Japanese man.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
I was just like, I didn't know how to feel. I didn't know how to feel about that.
No, because even within Africa, they don't look at each other as brothers. Like, so I get what he was saying, because he said that was just to unify us due to the opposition. That's why we do that. But really and truly, within our own community, we don't really act like that towards each other. It's just a front that we kind of put up to kind of make it look like we are unified type thing. And that's more of an American culture. I feel like that's more American, UK kind of westernized culture as well. Like that's been adopted, I think, because not even in Africa they think, oh yeah, well now they do, but I think it's still like a westernized thing.
Well, yeah, no, 100%, because we had to. Our parents came over. Right, our parents came over and had to assimilate. Like,
even this guy that was talking, he was like, I didn't come over to the UK, like I came during the Windrush season and these type of things, and
Yeah, and shit
like
was hard them times where black people had to kind of like
yeah, and you know what I realized as well? I
together.
don't know if any of you are from South London, yeah, but you know, like why there's so many people in Southeast London?
Yeah,
Because of
apparently.
the ports, like the rivers and stuff, like how like even in Arsenal, like Greenwich, not Greenwich, I forgot what's that place called in Southeast London that begins with Wills. Is it what I can't? Woolwich has a lot of black people there because of the ports. That how much people were coming in during the Windrush or whatever to come and work. That's why there's so many black people in these certain type of areas. And I didn't even know that either.
Didn't know that too.
I did not know that. You know, it's mad.
No, for real. But as black people, how are we gonna move forward?
The thing is, like, this is where I believe faith comes in. This is where I feel like it's more of a spiritual fight than an actual physical thing. Like, if we can walk around and say, yeah, like, you know, you're Caribbean, I'm African, but we're always gonna have our differences. We're always gonna argue. And black people, we're very entitled and tough mash, very strong-minded people. Whether you're from the Caribbean or Africa, we're still strong-minded people. Do you get it? So I don't think it's gonna be a thing where we can just rise up out of it. I feel like it's gonna have to be an intervention from a higher power now, because so much has happened to black people as a race. Like, even I was even talking about Africa and the Caribbean. Yeah, the Caribbean has minerals and things, you know. I found out that majority of Jamaicans' beaches are not even owned by Caribbean people. They're owned by
The
tourists and
crown.
stuff. The Crown.
Yeah.
Which makes
Crown.
sense, but they have an actual like contract between them, which is different from Africa, where they were coming in and actually graping Africa for their stuff. But I also believe that what happened in Africa, like the graping of the minerals and all of this stuff, like even Sierra Leone only get like 0.001% of their diamonds, and it gets sent out to these European countries. I feel like the same thing's going to happen in the Caribbean. I feel like it's going to have to get worse for the people as a whole to wake up across the diaspora and realize that this situation is actually beyond us. Like, we're dealing with high powers, very spiritual beings that are actually trying to bring us down.
Yeah, you got a point. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because I'm looking into just watching a few documentaries on Bumpy Johnson and Malcolm X and what's his name? It was like the first American black boxer, but he wasn't allowed to fight white people. He had to fight for that right. What was his name? Joe Jackson or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that. But yeah, watching these documentaries about these people made me realize that, well, in America, the US government were really out to get the black man. Like, Bumpy Johnson was security for Malcolm X. Malcolm X got assassinated while Bumpy Johnson, who was supposed to be the godfather of Harlem, he controlled everything in Harlem. Malcolm X was assassinated in his presence, and Malcolm X knew he was going to be killed. And all he asked Bumpy Johnson was to find out who done it, who was behind his assassination, and to not get revenge. And Bumpy Johnson found out through informants and even finding the people that done it. They gave up the FBI. So the FBI were behind it. So it's like the FBI really orchestrated the assassination of one of the most biggest black leaders we had. Same thing with the Black Panthers. The FBI, the American government were behind it. And even with Joe Johnson, the boxer, the American government made up any charges just to throw him in prison.
Makes sense.
So it's like, I feel like we've gone from outright racism, like in your face racism, to now
it's now institutionalized.
Yeah, it's incognito. It's behind. It's
higher ups. Yeah.
What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it's incognito.
Yeah, I would say it's like institutionalized, like it's in the corporates and the this and the that and it's like the higher ups and like, and also just to go back to like the whole African like continent and stuff like, because a lot of Caribbean people as well, yeah, they will think like they'll say, yeah, like some of them have accepted, okay, yeah, we're African, we have African DNA, but we're not the same Africans that are on that in the continent now. So they still separate themselves from Africa in a way. I feel like they will always separate themselves from Africa, which is rightly so, because like this happened, slavery happened over 400 years ago. Like we can't expect them to be like, oh yeah, I'm African, when all they know is Jamaica, all they know is the Caribbean. You know, I think it's a bit unfair like to do that. However, it's like the dissonance is crazy. Like the cognitive dissonance is crazy. Like how they go about it. The ignorance is crazy still.
Yeah, but I'm
Like,
not. I want to even allow the ignorance. I don't. I don't accept it, man. Because I'm just like, you know, we're in a time where you don't even need to go to the library to get certain information, to find out about your
yeah,
history.
true. But then you can
Listen
argue
to
and say that this stuff was like, you know, it's false. It's been falsified. It's just been put out there for people to think that they've been enslaved, but they haven't been. So it's like there's always something to contradict it. That's why it's like,
yeah.
it's,
Yeah,
it's tricky. It's tricky. I don't know. Have you guys heard about like the Hebrews and stuff?
Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, the
Our
Hebrew
black people.
Israelites and what they believe in.
Yeah, I think when it comes to someone trying to convince me of something, I think it's all about how you kind of build your case. And I don't feel like the Hebrew Israelites, or how you go about
How you
kind
go
of
about it? Yeah.
how you go about, yeah, explaining it to people. And I think them kind of just demonizing white people, it's kind of like, I don't know.
But overall, though, what I think they are trying to say, like they're saying that. I mean, when you look into it deep, they're saying like the people who have descended from slavery are basically the chosen people in the Bible and stuff like that. And I
But
mean, it sounds nice. It sounds nice, but
are these the Ethiopians? Because I don't
no,
feel like this could be. Was this the whole of Africa?
no, it's the people that's descended from the slaves and the
Okay, so
slaves themselves. So people taken from West Africa that were brought to the Americas, basically.
yeah. Well, it says
They,
in the
yeah.
Chris. What does it say about you? I will make you serve your brother for how many years or something like that in the Bible?
I don't know exactly what it says word for word, but I know what the position is talking
But
about.
this was because one of the brothers saw their father naked,
What? Are you
or
talking
was it
about?
drunken,
Yeah, I think it was, maybe it was drunken.
drunk?
Are you
But
talking
yeah,
about?
and then they used the same, you know what happened during the Moses time, like the Exodus and that.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of used the same analogy for slavery. So how the Hebrews were taken into slavery in Egypt,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same type of thing that they will say, like, that happened to like black people. And they kind of like put it together and say like we are basically the same people, which makes sense, but it's a bit of
Yeah, you know, I mean, I can believe it. I honestly believe we're being lied to about a lot of our history. So yeah, I can.
definitely.
So Rams, apart from the kind of things that they use to convince you, I'm not really sure, Becca, what your kind of belief system is, but what the difference is, I guess, with them is that they don't believe that you're saved only by grace. So you know how we believe that Jesus came, died on the cross, he rose again, we're saved through the sacrifice.
Yeah, the ransom. Yeah.
They believe that it's not just grace, that you need the works also. They still want to abide by the law, the law that Jesus completed,
Yeah,
fulfilled.
the First Testament.
Right. So
Yeah.
that's kind of where they,
Yeah,
even
that's
though
where.
like, no, sorry, I was gonna say, even though like it's mad clear, like Romans, Galatians, Ephesians, like there's so much that specifically says it's not by works. Like works will not get you anywhere near the kingdom of God. But you know, we're saved by grace. But I don't know, they have a real problem with that. So
What
that's
do you
them.
mean by works? What does that mean? Like,
So works as in like they will
Good you done.
still say, you know, if a man cuts his hair in a certain way, that he's going against the law, so he can't see salvation. So works meaning things of the flesh, not like things that you actually have to go out and do, like work, like
yeah,
Oh,
but
just
in
okay.
the Bible it says faith without works is dead.
faith
So
about works is dead, yes. But it's speaking about if you want something to happen in your life, you're believing for something, and God's saying, all right, cool, if you're believing for that, I'm gonna make a way for you to have it. And the way he's made for you to have it is something that you have to do, but you just want it to fall on your lap. That's faith without, that's the example of faith without works. So you actually have to get up and go to work so God can promote you. He's not going to promote you if you're just on your couch. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're believing for a promotion, go to work as if you're working for him, not that person in that workplace, and then he will promote you. That's the work. So that's a completely separate thing. But what they believe is that you still need to, you know, abide by the days, abide by all the customary. There's hundreds of laws, you know, in the Levitical laws that they don't even abide by because
by
they
the
can't abide
eating,
by it.
you can't
Like,
physically.
you
Yeah, I know,
literally,
no.
yeah, you literally
And
can't
you know
abide by
what?
it.
You know
Yeah,
what?
go
Just
on.
to go off of that, yeah, because you know that time, because I had to look into this because I was really going for that Hebrew thing, and was, but then I was picking up on contradictions,
Yeah.
and I had to like make sense out of nonsense because the times that they believed in, like this is all to do with the Exodus that happened in Egypt. If you look deep into it, and you know when God gave Moses the two tabernacles and of the laws of what the Hebrews should go by, that was
Right.
because they were in the wilderness. They were literally physically in the wilderness. So they couldn't eat certain foods because of the heat, the conditions, the environment, and all of this type of stuff. That is why God gave them what to eat, what not to eat, what to do, what not to, how to go toilet, how to do this, because they were physically in the wilderness. But now they believe that they're going to go to a spiritual wilderness. So it's like, I hear it. I hear what they're saying. But at the same time, it's like, it's very hard to abide by. And I think they're being very hard on themselves. And when you see them in America as well, like, I feel like it's a lot when you see them with their microphones and they're shouting, and it's like, I don't even think that's even how God wants to be represented. I don't think that's how he would want to be represented, like in any shape, way or form. I think it's another way for them to look at themselves and feel like they are better than other people because of how Black people are treated. And I think it's the same thing with those people that say that they're indigenous to America and they're not African, is for them to look past the trauma that Black people have experienced and for them to like kind of say, no, actually, this is why I went through it. It's because I'm holy and I'm better and I'm this and I'm that. It's like an ignorance again. It's an ignorance again. It's sad.
It's very sad, man. It upsets me because they pull on the heartstrings of like weak Black people that need a belonging. They need something to belong to. So it's like they start telling you like, yo, you know, like we just need to, you know, overcome these white people, you know, and did it like they tried it with me once. I think I told you, Rems. I was walking with my youths on the high road, and they tried it, and I looked at them and I smiled and I thought, oh my days, like you don't understand how badly I want to come over and engage, but I just can't afford for it to get heated when I'm with my youth.
Yeah.
I just walked off like, nah, but bro, like I'm looking for these guys, but they're all in South London.
No, it's true. They're all in flipping. Oh my days, that's where they are, man. Woolwich. Oh Lord, they're everywhere. I can't lie. Like even the whole preaching thing and that. It's a lot. But then, like, they believe they're Jews. Then they believe they're Jews, like they're black Jews, and then it's the same thing. But then they also believe they believe in Jesus Christ, though.
It's weird. It's so weird. They believe in Jesus Christ, but then they don't believe that. Or a lot of the camps don't believe that Jesus Christ is God, so they don't believe in the deity. Or they don't believe in the deity. They believe that he's
a separate entity from
like he's second, like he's not on the same level as the Father, basically, like in the terms of the Trinity. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't comprehend that as well. So it's a whole bunch of stuff they're going through. It's crazy, but yeah, I got a lot of smoke for them, man. It's crazy. You know that my whole other TikTok is literally dedicated to Hebrew Israelites. Like it's crazy.
I really think you need to search up this. Are you Caribbean, SMG?
No, I'm Nigerian.
But I think like even if so, like I really think you need to. No. The reason why I said it is because like it would be nice to have a Caribbean's perspective on what I'm trying to say. Like Super, you're Caribbean. Yeah, so I feel like Super and both of you all have look into this whole indigenous movement, like because I think it's important because I'm not even trying to catch them out, but I'm trying to actually understand from a non-judgmental perspective of where they're coming from, but not too much indulge into it because they are very nasty. They're very nasty still. They're not nice. They are not nice people. Like they had a picture of a person in a village. I don't know what village it was. Like with his head inside a cow. Like things like that. Like that's what you people do. That's how you people move. That's how these people move. That's how these African people move and that.
Well, I mean, like
they've gone past our civilization and whatever's taken place. They've gone deep. I'm thinking.
What country in Sudan don't they as tradition kind of like in Sudan like wipe cow piss and shit on their face, but
they do that in India. So if you want to say you're West Indian.
No, but see, this is the thing. Like, I understand there's a reason behind it. They're not just doing it because they love this. They like the smell of it, or it's. I think the urine cools them down or something. It's something to do with it protects them from the heat.
Even that though, like as Christians, if we're all Christians, that is not a practice that we should be following because we know cleanliness is next to godliness, and we know that urine is a waste that comes out of us. So
people drink it though.
Yeah, people drink it, but they shouldn't because it's a waste. It's excrement coming out of you. It should not be put back in your body.
Are there any benefits from drinking your own urine?
They said there are benefits to drinking it, but there's benefits in drinking other things too, and that's still not good to be putting in this. I think it's down to the morals and what you go by as a person as well. Do you get it? Like, and where you was brought up and product of your environment and type stuff like that. That's what it is. But at the same time, like not all African people do that, and not all African traditions believe in that. Yeah. So again, the ignorance and it's
or in Kenya drinking blood. Like,
yeah, and they do that in Asia too. In Asia, they drink snake's blood. They say.
But keep in mind, I ain't got any issues with it. Not that I'm going to indulge, but if there's reason behind it, again, I guess the Bible says that you shouldn't drink blood, but with the whole drinking blood, it's rich in iron. I'm sure it's high in protein, so I understand it. I'm not going to indulge. I'm not going to take part, but I definitely understand.
Yeah, but then that could be okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah,
I'm not going to look down at these people that do it, You know, if it's part of your tradition and you do it for a reason. No, I mean, I don't understand why. I mean, I've seen videos of Indian people, like a guy lifting up the tail of a cow, and
Yeah, that's a
the
spiritual
cows,
belief that
the
because they
cow's just
believe that
pissing,
cow.
and he's just cleaning his face with the cow's piss.
Yeah, because they believe that cow excrement is actually holy,
Oh, is
and
this what they believe?
yes, in the Hindu religion.
Okay, all right. I
Because
don't
if
want
you
to
go to
disrespect
India,
anyone's religion.
you will see them sitting down in cow poo, playing with it and rubbing it on their body. You'll see them on the floor doing it. There's cow poo
Yeah,
everywhere on
yeah,
India Street because
yeah.
they
Cows are holy. Yeah, holy animal.
that's how they that's why they
Not
do it.
holy animal, it's steak. That's
Hmm?
ribs. That's the way it is. Ain't no
I
holy
mean, I
animal.
love cows, but I mean, I don't love them enough
I
to
don't
worship
love
them
I
and
wouldn't do
to
that
wipe
with no
their
thank you.
piss with my face. And
That's
I mean,
mad, you know.
but if you told
Mad.
me that cow urine gets rid of acne or
I don't
yeah,
care.
then you say you don't care.
So what if it gets rid of acne? Like,
Well, no,
there's
because
other
then it's
things.
got a purpose. It's got a purpose. It's not
Ammonia,
just
innit?
we're not
Take
doing
out the
it just for the
ammonia.
sake of a ritual or it's not. We're not doing it
Yeah.
for the sake of doing it. It's like
But that's what because and maybe it's because they can't actually afford to get other things or so they're using
I
the
hear that.
nature to replace it. But this is the thing again. When I looked at the indigenous people that say they're indigenous, the Arawaks, and they say they're indigenous to the Caribbean.
mhm.
Some of them also believe that in ancient Kemet, like they believe that they have connections to ancient Kemet and Egypt, and that because you got a lot of American people that believe that they're from Africa. But when it's Africa, it's not West Africa, it's North Africa, ancient Kemet, Egyptian times. But
See?
they
That's what they believe.
worship like Pharaoh and all these. They risk because they see themselves as kings. So when they want to tie in that king culture, because they know Africa, we have kingdoms and tribes but they don't go to West Africa and Nigeria. They will go to ancient Kemet, like Pharaoh and Tutankhamun, and those are the people. Again, they don't. It's the dissonance. They don't want to be a part of the West African that society. They don't want to say they are that. They want to think that they're something else, like they're from ancient Kemet and all these things. But in the Bible, we know that those people were high spiritual beings, but they were also like part of the Nephilim. They were also taking part in rituals and Babylon and all of this type of thing. But they don't believe that they were bad. They believe they were actually good. It was a good civilization. And because this is where westernized civilization came from. Egypt, Babylon, that's where it came from. That's what we are seeing today in the UK and the US. It's a repeat cycle of Babylon, basically, on what took place in those times. I still think it's a bit of a not a contradiction, but I think it's still a separation again, because they'll say, "Yeah, I'm African, I'm an African king, but I'm a pharaoh, I'm an Egyptian goddess, because it's glazed, you know how Egypt is glazed, pyramids, beautiful women did it. So they will rather associate themselves with that than ever associate with being West African or Black African.
Yeah. No, I get you. I can believe it still.
They still think they're Black Nubian. They think they're Nubian, but you'll never hear them say, "Oh yeah, I'm Nigerian." You'll say they'll Nubian, and Nubian is a tribe that came from like the northern part of Africa, I think, Kemet, which is Egypt now today. So it's like
Yeah, you know your stuff.
a little bit. I don't actually know. Sometimes I just be talking rubbish, I just be yapping sometimes. I won't lie, but I don't know, man. I was just really, I'm not gonna lie, as you could tell, I was really hurt by these indigenous people because I was just like, bro,
Nah, you shouldn't.
cannot be for real.
You can't stop ignorant. You can't stop people being ignorant. There's always going to be ignorance in this world. There's always going to be racists and ignorant people.
Ignorant people, yeah. And I hear the ignorance. I hear the ignorance because it's lack of knowledge. I hear all of that. But at the same time, I just think they will talk down on the African race. Like they even said something about, how should people who are half African, half Caribbean be accepted within the indigenous culture, because we know that they believe that Africans mixed with white people who are hybrids, and they believe that we're basically having hybrid gene, and they believe they're the ancient pure gene, basically the pure blood, and that we was mixed with hybrid genes. So should the Africans that are mixed with African and Caribbean be accepted within the community as they've got hybrid or African blood in them? Like, it's just, bro,
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of crazy still.
it's
Because
deep.
I mean, I'll be real. When it comes to finding a partner, and I'm with my girl she's half. She's not even half. She's majority Jamaican. She's got probably a quarter of Cuban in her. But I've never really looked at it like, oh, I need to be with. I've said that my partner has to be black. That's it really, because I wouldn't want to water down
The
my
bloodline.
my blackness. Like, it doesn't matter what part of Africa or the Caribbean they're from, as long as they're black. So that's how I see it. Not many people think the way I think, though.
Yeah, not many. And a lot of Caribbeans, they want to stick with, like, a lot of Africans and Caribbeans want to stick with their own, like, thing. They don't want to, because I personally, I don't mind I want my partner to be black, either from the Caribbean or from Africa. I don't really mind if my partner's from the Caribbean or if my partner's from Africa. Like, I know I'm more probably wanting to have a Caribbean man, but like, I don't really care, to be quite frank, because at the end of the day, I just want someone who can understand me as a black woman and what I may go through and whatnot. So I don't really care, but it's just a bit, I don't know, it's a bit peak, really. It's deep, and you're like, we will keep on mentioning this word ignorance and stuff like that, but they don't think they're ignorant. At the end of the day, they think we're ignorant and we don't know. And they will say things like, they will use words like hybrids and homo sapiens, and they'll be talking so much, it will fly over your head. It'll make you feel like you're stupid. I've reported this account so many times. They're just not getting the message, because the guy keeps on coming back, and it's an attack. I'm tired of these AFs.
And he's black.
We don't. Yeah. Well, he's black. He's like brown skin. Oh, we're tired of these AFs. They just want to be like us. They're begging it off our Caribbean culture. They don't know how to be proud of being African.
Do you think he does it partly because it gets views? Because I see one Asian girl try to rage bait black people just for views, really. And maybe she did genuinely believe that, like, she was talking about issues black people have, knife crime and black on black violence.
I think it's rage bait, but I don't think it's rage bait. I think they genuinely believe this. They genuinely believe that they're indigenous and they do not come from Africa, and they genuinely believe it, and rightfully so, because listen, I genuinely actually think that there are indigenous people in the Caribbean. Like, before slavery, there was definitely people within the Caribbean that were in the Caribbean. I believe that. I do. I'm not gonna lie, but I think majority of the people within the Caribbean, like 80%, if we're talking as the whole, are African descendants.
Yeah, I mean, who were they? If they weren't, I mean,
because this is the thing. There were Arawaks in the Taino tribe. If you look at like these,
and the Moorish who came from Spain and whatever.
Exactly.
But I understand that. I totally understand that. But at the same time, black people weren't originally from Spain. So, and how?
No, but they believe that though. They believe that there was black people even within the UK that were originally here. Like, before slavery, they're saying like they were there.
No, I can believe that
colonization and all of that.
100%, I could believe that they were there, but I don't feel like they had to have originated from Africa, and then just
they didn't originate from here. They traveled here, but that was before the white people came here.
Yeah, so obviously, like, black people went abroad to study. I'm guessing, no? Then
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
traveled.
No.
My man, that Massa Musa, that traveled
Africans went
the
across.
Silk Road.
No, Africans went to teach the white people
Yeah, so they traveled.
how to be civilized. So
Yeah,
we
so they
didn't go,
traveled from Africa to these
yeah,
other continents,
yeah, to teach them.
which makes sense for how I guess black people got to a country where there were no black people.
Yeah,
Apparently, there were Irish people in Jamaica before black people
Yeah, like this
with
is
the
another
potato
thing.
famine and what was it? The potato.
Yeah,
yeah,
the
we
Irish
got that.
potato, even down to Sierra Leone, we call it, we say Irish potato. But even like in Barbados, there's a town in Barbados that have white people in that, in predominantly white people within the town. And they've been settled there. I don't know how long, so don't quote me, but they've been settled there for quite a while. So they're white, but maybe they're a bit mixed or but they've come from they're white passing. They're white passing. And to me it's like they've been there for probably quite a long time. How are you gonna say you're like, majority of the Caribbeans are indigenous, and we know there's other people that have migrated to the Caribbean and have been there for time. So they have gone so deep back into these tribes that there's not much, like it's not out there. Like I don't know about the Arawaks and stuff. It's not. I don't know, man.
Yeah, and I'm sure they don't even know some of these people that are claiming to be descendants of Arawaks, and I don't know, maybe they do. But maybe it is because I'm mixed. I'll just see it as we're all one. But I get hate from both sides. So I tend to just to not give a fuck. I think, you know what? People are gonna tell me that I'm not Nigerian enough. People are gonna tell me that I'm not Jamaican enough. Which is what it is.
You Nigerian?
But I get it with the time. But fuck it.
Yeah, man. That's why I think, like, yeah, man, it's crazy. Because they did exist, the Taino people, the Arawaks. They did exist, yeah. They did. And most probably they were in the land and way before slavery happened and all of that. So there must be like a bloodline out there within the Caribbean that have this Thai Arawak thing. But I think, again, it's just a way of them hiding the fact that they don't want to accept that they also have African DNA in them too. 100%.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
but I don't know. Just pertaining to the question, I don't know if I think Caribbeans have lost their identity. I think they choose to dissociate themselves from us. I don't think they've lost it. I think they just don't want to accept it, recognize it, because of stigma, civilization, westernized society.
Yeah. No, it's true. It is true. And it's like, I still feel like we're trying to gain acceptance from the white man in this country.
Overall, yeah. Overall.
Which,
Overall. I mean, if it's that deep, if it's given that. It's given. We want acceptance, and the more we fight within our communities, the more they're probably laughing with us.
100%.
White people have problems laughing at us. White people have problems, but they don't suffer with these type of problems, mate.
No, they got different types of problems.
They got different type of things.
Same as the Pakistanis and the Indians, though. They got.
But the worst thing about it is predominantly this is because of white people or their ancestors.
Yeah. This is it. Their plan was to divide and conquer.
This is why people have forgotten who they are. migration, colonization. People have lost even down to their tribal tongue.
They done
Like
India dirty though. I feel like they done.
100% Indian, Pakistan.
And the Indians, it feels a bit like what's that, Stockholm syndrome, where they still love the white man. But I guess the white man's loved across the board. You go China, you go to certain Asian countries, and they're glorified. They're loved. You go to Japan, Korea, and they really whiten their skin.
Yeah, the Indian thing's real though.
Even in India, they
bleach. They bleach their skin. Like
they got their caste system. But even in the black community, we have this thing where we kind of gravitate towards the lighter skinned people.
I don't. You know, this is very hard for me because growing up dark skin, black was hard. Like being around, because I'm around a lot of mixed race people as well. So that's not easy because I even grew up with a lot of hatred towards mixed race people. Like they get. Yeah, I didn't like. Fair enough, I can admit it because I was always seen as unattractive just based off of my fact that I have, don't have long hair, or because obviously I wear wigs or all of this type of stuff. So they will kind of like obviously look at the mixed race girl or the white girl as better looking than me because I'm darker in complexion, I have African features and whatnot. And it's like growing up in that society, and then it comes from our mums as well and our ancestors as well, with the bleaching and the wigs and all of this stuff, and not actually loving being like black. And it's just, I don't know, it was very hard for me to like, because I also was angry, so I took my anger out on a lot of people, like white people and mixed race people when I was younger. Because for me it was like, why do I have to look like them just for me to feel like I'm pretty, just for me to feel like I'm nice? Why do I need to straighten my hair? Why is my hair like this? Why can't I have long, and it's just like, obviously I had to do a lot of forgiving to myself and realize like, okay, everyone's different, there's variety and stuff, but I had to look into myself and kind of accept that I'm kind of beautiful without having these type of things. But even now, till now, like, you got men's preference, they'll say, no, I want my girl to have like long hair and stuff like this. And not every black person, not every black person has short hair and stuff, but it's just that stigma that, our hair's tough and we're not attractive because our hair don't drop to our backs and all of this type of stuff. And it's very hard growing up as a dark skinned girl in the UK. I can't lie, it's very hard. Very, very hard.
That still.
And then another thing as well, even when you see TV programs, when they are trying to represent black people, it's mixed race people that they use. Like you'll hardly see, like, you do see black girls representing like darkest black women, but majority of the time when you see black representation, it will be with a mixed race person. It won't be it's hardly for it to be a darker complexion. Or like a full black person. So it's just like, sometimes I think. And then you'll have them say, well, if you can't stand it in the Western society, why don't you go back to Africa where you're going to be more accepted? Because, know, this is how it is here.
Well, you go back home. Go back to your country. Like, and these mixed race people in this country, I guess they go through their own identity crisis.
100%, because you got people saying to them that they're not black. You got people saying to them like,
no, they aren't accepted by the white side.
Do you think? Yeah, they're not accepted by the white side, but they're accepted into the black side, but then they call themselves black. So then that's when I'm like, but you're not. Because when you're ready, you're going to flip the script and turn into that white side when it's going to benefit you, something I can't do.
Yeah. 100%.
Because you're mixed. So you can fit into, which is a privilege, because you can actually go, even though you are black passing and you might have different, depending on your phenotypes, you can still step into these environments and you will still have some type of knowledge on how to navigate them, because you are half white. You will still understand the psychology, whereas black people might not understand the psychology of a white person, that there will be more of a separation between us. So I do think there is such a thing as lighter skin privilege and
Oh
these
yeah,
these
100%.
type
I
of
tell
things,
Chris
and
all the
they don't
time.
want to accept it. They don't want to. They don't want to accept that
Ask
they are
Chris,
lighter
does he
skinned.
accept it? Does he? Do you accept your light skin privilege,
Bro,
Chris?
I don't even feel like I that exists in my world.
See, the cheek.
What
Look
do
at
you
this.
mean? I'm not,
Look at
bro.
this.
Listen, even from Becca's picture, she don't look dark skin at all. She be
No,
looking.
I am dark skinned. I
Nah,
am dark skinned.
no.
That's just light. That's just warm lighting. I mean, I'm like I don't
Listen.
know how to explain it. Like my mum's fair skinned. She's fair skinned. My dad is dark skinned. I'm dark skinned, but in that picture where I had the light, I look a bit brighter. But maybe I had serum on my face, and I don't know what I was
That's
going
that
on with. But
serum, you know. I
I
hear
don't
that
know. I
serum.
don't know where I was going on. I don't know. I don't know what I was going on with. But that picture there's. I don't think there's even a filter on that picture. That's just the lighting that I used.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
so
am
I
dark
look,
skinned. I
I
am dark skinned.
understand that man's a
Well, I
little
have to
bit fairer.
classify myself as a
I
dark
don't
skin.
think I receive light skin privilege because of my complexion. You get what I'm saying? Because I don't see the situations where, you know what I mean, because of my complexion, man's received some
Yeah, but
privilege.
are you half white?
Nah, man, man's fully Nigerian.
Exactly.
You,
So you're African. You're
yeah,
African. You're African. So you're not really gonna understand because it's more of a psychology behind it. Like
what you mean?
the mixed race people, they can understand the psychology behind the white man. They know how the white man or the white woman would think. Even though they're mixed race, they're still gonna go through oh, they might not like me because of my color and same thing like that, but they still have the type of understanding or psychology of that person, where a black person's not. We're gonna have to learn it. They learned it too, but they learned it quicker and better because they had the white person in their life or their white family in their life. So they learned how to operate through these people. Where black people, we didn't grow up with white people in our families. Like, well, maybe we did, but the black people, some of us Africans and Caribbeans, it's just straight black people throughout our whole intermediate family. So our mentality is going to be a bit different, especially if we're first generational in the UK. Our mentality is going to be a bit different, and that's going to be seen when we go to school and when we are in front of white teachers and this. You're going to see the difference between a mixed race girl and a black girl. 100% you're going to see the difference between how they are treated and how they are seen, just because they're lighter or their mum is white or they have like a whiter understanding. I think it's psychology, man. I think it's the psychology behind it. I definitely think it's a psychology thing.
Mm.
And I do think they can tap into their like not tap into it, but because they have this, because I think it's a privilege that they are black, that they have the black experience and the white experience. I think that's a privilege in itself, because now you can understand what it means to be a black person, and you can understand what it means to be like not a white person, but you can understand the white person and the mindset because you're around them. So I think that in itself is the privilege, and it can be taken advantage of sometimes, or people can take advantage of it sometimes because they have both worlds experiences. And I also think that black men do get with lighter skinned women or mixed race women because they want their child to don't want to have the same struggles as the black girls. They want to, because when they get with a whiter person, it's like they've got a trope, like they're moving up in life. They've
Yeah.
stepped onto a new level. And it's the same thing with a lighter skinned person or a mixed race person. It's like you've stepped onto a new, you've got some exotic thing. She's exotic. She can fit into any type of environment. She just needs to change her hair and da 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 da. That's what I
I
think.
don't even want to put my mouth here, but this is mad. Because it's just what girls actually think like. Like, this is the
I think
reason.
it's true though. I think partly it's true. What's
You're
she
on
saying?
the side of, you get me. You're out here telling me I have light skin privilege. So obviously you're from.
No, I don't think you have. I don't think
I
you
think he's
have
got light
light.
skin
I
privilege.
don't think you
I'm
have. I
talking
don't
about.
know
I'm
if you
talking
have
about
light skin privilege
I think he does.
because
Personally.
just because you're a light, because I don't think light skin I think we only say light skin because we're black, right? But I don't think light skin privilege is pertaining to people who are fully black, two black parents that are light skin. I think it's pertaining to mixed race, biracial people. I think that's what it's more pertaining to.
You know what? For the most part, yeah. But like Rems, you know my sister. Like
Yeah.
my
This
sister
is lighter than you.
she's lighter than
Mixed
me.
mixed
She's
race.
lighter
Yeah.
than certain mixed race people. Like it's
100%.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she
Definitely gets light skin. She must have at some stage
I mean,
benefited from light skin privilege.
I'm sure she has, but
Bro, it could be a man opening the door for her.
you can
Thinking
nah,
the
that's
clock.
just chivalry, man.
Well, it's
So then
chivalry
it
if
does exist.
it's
Then it does
chivalry if
exist.
it it's chivalry if he would do it to a dark skin female.
Oh yeah,
But
do you know what happened to me in Brixton? I'm gonna explain what happened to me in Brixton. I was with a mixed race girl. She was like from Cuba and Jamaica,
mm,
and she's not light skin, but she's
mm,
light skin, long hair, whatever. And we
mm,
was walking. I was in Brixton now, and this guy came up to us, and he was trying to talk to her, and I didn't say nothing.
mm,
And he was like, yeah, lighty, calling her lighty, yeah?
mm.
Lighty. And then I looked, because I was with her, and he was like, nah, not you, I don't want you, I want the lighty. So from then already, that's my experience. As a darker skinned girl, I'm already thinking, okay, I'm not accepted just based off of my skin colour by a man that's black himself.
Yeah, 100%. And
That's
the drip,
privilege, bro. You are privileged that you can acquire the black man just based off of your skin. You can
yeah,
acquire the black man just based off of your skin tone, your hair type, your phenotypes. And I'm black myself, and he has the similar phenotypes, hair texture, and these things. I can't even get the black man.
That is actually mad when you said it like that. Still,
yeah, it's
That's
true.
a privilege. Like
that's a
you
flag.
don't see it as a privilege because it's degrading somebody else. But I see it as a privilege because I'm a black girl and I'm wanting a black man. That's a privilege that you can have that just based off of your complexion.
I got a friend. He's light skinned, but at the same time, you might think he's mixed race. You know Nathan. Yeah. So I've worked because he's my friend, and I got him the job. And he works with me sometimes. I've had people like, yeah, you know that light skin, you know that mixed race guy? I'm like, who? Because I only know one mixed race guy that I work with. And then they give a description of him and it's not that mixed race guy they're trying to explain. And I'm like, who is it? Who is it? And come to find out they're talking about this, my friend who's black, but he's light skinned. It's like, he gets mistaken for like mixed race all the time. And his thing is, he says, I don't like black girls. I only deal with light skinned girls, which is weird. He says that I only deal with lighties. He's black, keep in mind.
Yeah, think
He's
about it. I've
black.
only ever seen him with lighty still.
And then
That's his thing. That's his preference.
it gets down to is it your preference or is it just straight because you have this internal hatred for the fact that we have, like, I've heard black men say, no, I don't want to get with a black woman because I'm gonna wake up and when she takes off her hair, I'm gonna feel like it's a man in the room with me because her hair's probably gonna be as short as mine.
Yeah.
Like there are black men that think
that's self-hate.
there's black men that out here. The majority of black men think like this. I'm so sorry, it's the truth. Majority of black men will pick a lighter skinned woman or mixed race woman over a darker skinned woman. Why? Because they're seen as more exotic. They can fit into any part of society. They can go to a white group and get accepted. They can go into a black group and get accepted. To them, that's versatility, where a black person can't do that. A black person can't do that. And then that's why I say, yeah, so that person, so you're privileged then. Because you can fit into these spaces. And then like now you want to say when you're ready, no, but I'm black though. I still go through that. I still get people being racist to me and no. But it's like when you're ready, you can tap out. Like you can press that button and you're out of there. You know? Like, you're gone. Like
Yeah, you got a point there. Chris, I accept that you have a privilege, bro.
I will not accept that. I will.
Accept it.
I'm not gonna accept it.
You're gonna keep your eyes open to see how you benefit being
I mean,
lighter of skin.
I still see a lot of racism. So, you know.
And even in Africa, though, they do it. Like in Jamaica and Caribbean and Africa, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm fair skinned. You can't talk to me anyhow. I'm a fair skinned girl. I'm a fair skinned girl." They'll move like they'll have that mentality out there as well. Like it's not even just down to like.
Chris knows how I feel about the shades.
Yeah, you're on this melanin thing. Like I'm on the melanin thing, but you're on the melanin thing.
Yeah, I've said some things that I've had to reconsider and thought, shit, man, I actually said that out loud.
No, I've done the same thing. Like I've had to. Well, I don't know if I have, but I've had to really forgive myself for how I've treated mixed race people and the projection that I've put onto them, just down to the fact of how I was treated just because I was darker skin and complexion, and how men treat how my own, like not I wouldn't even say my own because I don't own them, but how people who are black who have similar phenotypes have treated me just based off of my complexion. I have been angry at mixed race girls, I'm not gonna lie, and I'm so sorry. I feel like they have to understand that. I feel like they have to, because how are you gonna, like, I feel like you should understand that to a certain degree. You don't need to take it on. I think you should understand, and not be ignorant. But at the same time, I've had to look into myself and realize, like, at the end of the day, they have their own experiences, and if they are pretty and they are attractive because they are light skin or mixed race, like, why not why not actually take advantage of that? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not their fault. It's not like they asked to be here or they asked to be created, or like it's not their fault that they're like this.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. 100%.
But I think it's I think it's the black man's fault. I don't even think it's their fault.
Oh my gosh.
Slightly. Yeah, I could.
It is.
We definitely put them on pedestals. But saying that though, so I have some black women, white women put mixed race guys on pedestals.
Yeah, because they're seen as exotic. Oh, you got that tan skin, that nice, you come from somewhere hot.
Hey, listen, I don't know any. Actually, Chris Brown's black. Chris Brown's black, right? I don't know anyone really. As like. No, he's black. His mom and dad's black.
I think the mom and dad are mixed race, and then he's black. Yeah, like he's got some Puerto Rican,
Okay.
roots.
I have not seen anyone as loved as Chris Brown. That's light skin.
That's because they see it as exotic.
Yeah.
It's
you
a
women
fetish.
Have put Chris Brown on a pedestal.
It's a fetish. They look at it as a fetish. It's like, because I know a lot of white people that will say, I like a nice olive tan skin. You've been in the sun, you've been in palm trees and all of this. Like, you've been in an exotic environment because exotic is attractive. Like, I had an argument with another guy one day because he was like, oh, mixed race girls and white girls can pass as being exotic. Like, a white girl could put on a wig, you think she's mixed race, and all of a sudden she looks like she's exotic. And I said, what about the black people though? What about the darker skin people? Where we're actually the real exotic people. We are the real exotics. The darkest skin girls are the real exotic people, because our melanin has come from our genes, but it's also down to our environment because we are in the sun a lot. And we have palm trees around us, we have coconut water, we have all these blue water, white sand. We are the real exotic people, but we don't look exotic. The white people with the wig on their head look more exotic than the black girl who's actually from the exotic place. Like, it just, to me, it's like, bruh, I was so frustrated at him because I was just like,
no, but this is it. You will always come across lost people. And I mean, I'm just maybe weird in saying that I enjoy seeing lost people, because it's like, if, as my friend has that opinion, he's like, listen, or that preference, his thing is light skin. It's like you're only gonna hold yourself back in life.
But you know what? It's okay to have your preference, you know, but it's what your preferences is based on. Because
Yeah,
this is the thing with this whole Ginger J guy. You remember Ginger J?
yeah.
When he said, oh, rah, like, he was talking about how he wants to have a natural woman. That's all fine. Having a woman that don't wear false things, no fake stuff. I hear that. Because there's actually some health benefits behind that as well. But then as soon as you start to bring down the black woman to elevate the other woman, that's when it becomes the issue. Because now
Yeah.
you're like, nah, you're a dead thing because you don't have this or you don't have this. And my thing's a leng thing because she has this. But if we actually look at it on face card, your thing's probably not that attractive. But the only reason why you find her attractive is because she's natural and the other girl's not. But if we're
No,
talking about actual face card and
you
these
didn't
things,
see
like,
you didn't see his missus.
I did see his missus. I don't think his missus is attractive
She
personally.
ain't my cup of tea. She ain't my cup of tea personally. I mean, there are some beautiful Indian women out here, even though, you know, that's not my cup of tea too, because I'm not really in on having a half Indian baby.
Yeah, but that's besides the point. Like, the point is more so like because the reason why he was saying that India woman was more attractive than the black woman is because the black woman wears wigs and lashes and nails, and the Indian woman don't wear that. It's all natural. That's why he finds her attractive, which is okay. But then as soon as you start to compare us and put us into the same bracket as no, she's more attractive because no, you're less attractive because you do this and you do this, even though it's your preference, it's like you already know the social construct and what happens with black women and all of this stuff. You already know why we're westernized or why we choose to do these things or why we don't have our natural hair out and no.
See,
The
I was
natural hair.
holding back. I was holding back.
All right, go on then. Let off. I'm due to drop
Rems.
last week.
Yeah, man, you get me, but Rems, I think I've said this to you before, yeah. And this isn't in reply to, you get me. Man, them were clocking that black girls are not respecting themselves and how they look. I'm hearing too much about, oh, you lot don't like to see us like this and you lot don't like to see us like that. Well, hold on. You lot, first of all, are telling us that you don't care about what we think. You lot are dressing for yourselves and you lot are going out and looking for yourselves. So all that's a lie, first of all. Secondly, you lot are not respecting your natural selves. You hid your hair for decades. Black girls would not show their hair, blood. Do you get what I'm saying? They wouldn't show their hair.
I like my girl in a little head rag.
I'm not talking
Yeah, well, that's
about
still
that,
hiding the hair, though.
I'm talking about extensions, weaves, and wigs.
But isn't that part of the
There's
culture,
certain
though?
there's certain situations where you whatever in it, but when it becomes like this is the staple of the black female beauty community, this is crazy. When Indian people are becoming millionaires, I live next to the Pax family. They're millionaires. They own like 2 roads over here. Off of black women going into Pax, buying hair, buying eyelashes.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even us that made the money off of, do you get what I'm saying? And then you go outside, you're doing your hair straight down. That's not black people style, that's white people. So you're trying to imitate the white people, but the hair's black. So it's black people. Your eyelashes
But that's
are way too
Western.
long.
But that's just.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. We're at the point where our minds are not, we're not still slaves. Like, we know better. So to say that, oh, we're just westernized, now you're just choosing, that's ignorance. That's cognitive.
Well, me personally,
you know what I'm saying?
okay. Well, me personally, yeah. It took a while for me to embrace my natural hair because my natural hair is. But you men don't like it. Some of you men don't like it, though.
I love it.
Like, are you not hearing what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
some of you don't like it. Some
They
of you,
all like
my
it.
hair is not long.
They all
My
like
hair is not my natural hair is not long. But when I comb it out and I blow it out, it's in the afro. I still will find myself same attractive and beautiful with the wig or without the wig. But it took. What I'm saying is, it took a long time for me to get to the point where I was like, okay, I can slip my hair up in a bun, even though it's a short little puff. I'm still attractive. I'm still neat. I'm still clean. No one can't tell me I'm ugly because I've got my natural hair. And then even at that, like I went through a whole phase where I was just single plaiting my natural hair. I've done finger waves. I went with my natural hair. I went through a whole phase where I was just I dyed my natural hair red, but I went through a whole phase where I was just in natural hair. Like I had to literally learn to re-love my natural hair. And it's only recently where I'm starting to wear wigs again because I'm having people, because majority of the people out here are in wigs, and it's like, you know, like you get it. But I can still, even though my hair's short, I will still take off my wig, even though I can't slick my hair all the way back, because it's not that long.
You don't need to split
I
that
can still
alone.
slick my hair up. I can still do my little edges. I can still,
Yeah, like all of
you know
this,
what I
like we're
mean?
still talking Western things, blood. Like
Yeah,
slick.
but at the same time, you have to understand, like we are not in an environment where we can just have,
Nah,
not all
don't
of
hear
us,
that.
not all of us, not all of us, not all of us. Some black girls can, some darker skinned black girls can. But me personally, with me and my short hair, I personally wouldn't want to go out with my afro just out for it to cake up,
I'm doing the whole show on this still.
for
'Cause
it to be,
Miss South Africa.
I've
for
had
it
enough.
to. Yeah, like if I went out with me, look what happens to Miss South Fabulous when she wears her natural hair.
I don't know who that is, blood.
Look what they say to her. You look like a man. You look like
I
a
res-
gorilla. You look like this. You look like that.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So I understand why they say put on the wig and do
But
the
I
lashes.
respect it though.
Yeah, you can
Midway through a
respect
stream,
it. You can respect it, and I will do the same thing because I'm quite similar to what she would do. I would still back off my wig and have my natural hair. You're not gonna tell me I'm ugly. You're not gonna tell me I'm not nice or I'm not beautiful because my hair's shorter than another black girl, or my hair coils up differently from another black girl. You're not gonna tell me I'm ugly just based off of that factor, because I still think I'm beautiful regardless. So do you get it? But at the same time, I'm not prepared. I ain't got that much of thick skin for me to be leaving the house and someone tell me you look unkept, you don't look nice, you look like a man. I ain't got that type of thick skin. I'm so sorry. I don't. Because that's what you'll be going through if you have that type of 4C hair, kind of short, medium, short 4C hair. You're going to be going through that. And I can't lie, and I think not every woman can deal with that.
Mm.
You know,
No.
On that note, we're gonna leave it there. But you see what this how we just left it here? I swear down, this is the next live because I've just ignited a whole fire. It's long, but
I wanna take part because
yeah, I got stuff to say. So I'm
I
pulling
don't think I'm gonna come back for that one because I might just get the whole live locked off because I might just go mad
crash
because
shots are
this is
accepted.
crash. All right then. Well, everyone have a nice night.
you too.
Man. Love for the peace today, man. You lot have a good night, man.
Yeah, and I appreciate it.
Take
Take care,
care.
guys.
Yeah, man.
Bye. Thank you.
I will.
Love Chris in a bit.
What's up, G? Yo, Ayo, I know you're there. You heard the subject for the next live. It's gonna be popping. I'll tell everyone that came into the live. And we will see y'all next time. Peace out, man.